night scene with Alec, Baldwin, and friends. Oof, 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 oof. Episode 1. Oof. 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 Yeah, that's a pretty good intro. I like that. Thanks. Cheers. Much appreciated. Well, I'm going to unmute my fellow guests. Hi guys. Hello.
Hi.
About your interest.
Oh, dude.
My interest still, I like to build plastic models, particularly tanks.
We meant the ASMR one.
Well, you said interest, so you know.
So, Cameron,
List them all.
ASMR.
Right, I'll get to your question now, Tom.
Okay, I'm
That
sorry.
wasn't a question. It was more like.
It was prodding you with a stick, you know.
Yeah, mostly.
Right, so, anyway, as our viewers are not aware, there was an original episode 1 which Rory Smith scrapped.
It wasn't a scrap. It was more of a mistake, really.
It was just a.
It was a great
Mistake
episode.
scrapped.
It really.
I loved it.
But one of the
Very
simplest
much lightning in a
ways
bottle. It's not going to happen again. Why we'd come back?
We've come back because it was such a big hit, clearly.
Well,
Like
I guess.
news talked about memes.
Mm.
Memes,
Mm.
clickbait, like me. Pure clickbait.
No, that's right. Because last time we did plan on talking about ASMR, wasn't it? Because I know we have some not polarizing views.
Polarizing.
Well, it's more like I think it's a bit of a fad.
Insider knowledge.
I mean, I'm not too fond of it, but you said it helps you out, doesn't it?
Well, when I say helps out, like just as
Well,
like,
you enjoy it.
just to like I don't like follow like hundreds of different channels. It's just really one. What I find is when I'm like playing a game or I'm shiny hunting or building models, I find just having some audio in the background. If I find like if I have music on,
Yeah.
then I get too distracted. Like sometimes I try to like model in beat with the music. It's like, oh shit, I've drilled a hole right through my Sherman. And then I'm shiny hunting and I'm not focusing.
And yet accidentally, is it Fury Stripes is what you were meant to use in that old video? False swipe.
Don't bring that up. Don't bring that up. I had to remove that video off public because people were still trying to tell me you shouldn't have used false swipe. That video came out in 2000 and something?
A while back.
15?
Like 3 years ago then.
No, I think it seemed older than that. I'm having a look now. Because people are like, oh, you shouldn't have used this, you shouldn't have used that movie, you should have gone for this. And I was like, mate, can you not see how old this video is? It's... I'm trying to find it now. You guys fill the dead air while I try to find...
Well, I mean... Are you still listening at this point? Let me offer a little piece of insight. Not insight, an opinion, because in the current state, if I was to go over to Twitch at this very current moment, click off my very favourite podcast, Rory Smith, A Night with Alec Baldwin,
Don't you dare. and
go to someone like Amaranth, who is booby streamer supreme, I'm sure you'll know. She's not. Well, don't I look silly? She's not doing ASMR for once. But
I found my video, by the way.
Oh yeah.
So I published a video on the 19th of August 2014.
2014 is 4 years ago. Damn.
And I still had comments coming in, like most recent about a year ago. Most recent one's about a year ago, but obviously because I've taken it off, public. But it's just the fact that I made that video in 2014, and people were still trying to tell me, I shouldn't have done this or shouldn't have done that. And it's
The
like,
internet never forgets. It was a horrible, horrible mistake.
the thing was, I made a video where I found another one and caught it, but that had like no views. So people only want to see the failures in people.
You
And I think
can't
that says
undo the
something about
past.
our world.
Our culture.
But anyway, can we go back to the subject?
Yeah, on the topic. I mean, what do you think about it kind of being a kind of means for, I don't know, booby streamers or rather kind of less talented?
I acknowledge the sort of, I don't say the dark side of it. That's a bit.
It's not necessarily a
negative.
dark side, but as a means of like
you got the people who are genuinely, trying to do good, but they get overcasted by the people who are kind of going that way, if you know what I mean. Trying to keep it clean, wholesome, family-friendly stream on Twitch TV.
Are we keeping it wholesome, family friendly? We're not swearing in this one?
Fuck!
Wow, that's got,
Okay.
that's gone out the window.
Demonetized. Just getting out there, just because we're going to be covering other subjects. So
Yeah.
let's get it done now. But I know what it, I know where you're coming from. So like you get, it's just as many good channels, good, good, well-to-do people than there are with these. I guess you said booby streamers. Whatever.
Because there is, I mean, it's not just booby streamers, of course, but it's like it's a bit of an oversaturated kind of market.
I will agree on that. It's just like gaming channels. There's so many now. It's like if you want to start your own channel, don't do ASMR, don't do gaming. Just don't, because you're not.
Well,
If you're gonna do it, you kind of have to put your own spin on it. I think the best ASMR I've seen is that woman eating pickles really loudly in front of a blue yeti. You know the one?
oh, yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
It's great.
I do think that the gaming side of it though, I think a lot of people do it just because they like making the videos.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
More
Honestly,
yeah.
yeah.
It's more of a hobby project.
But with
I'd
the
say.
ASMR ones, I'm not sure. I don't know. Like, can you enjoy it like to the point where you like making the videos?
I'd say, I guess, if you like just making a video, more, just like a passion project, then I guess you can. And at the end of the day, a point we were debating this quite a couple of weeks ago, weren't we?
Yeah.
I was saying one thing I try to defend ASMR on is that it does have probably one of arguably the best communities, because on like every other community, like major communities, there's always something going on negatively. But with ASMR, it's like people are just more chill. I know that's the nature of the community, but you don't really get drama in it, and it's just nice to see. Thank God it's the current year. People on the internet aren't fighting in this community. I'm happy with this. I'm bunkering down here.
See, I always thought it was the other way around with ASMR because of the oversaturation. People disliked it.
I know there is videos. I can tell you, I've seen videos where people have called out other people, but it doesn't get to the point where they're trying to plan fights with each other or dropping diss tracks.
Right.
That would be odd.
I like to think they actually then do kind of go into a private message with each other and come to some form of
I just can't imagine people doing like ASMR diss tracks.
I would love to see that.
That
I
would be
would
amazing.
genuinely love to see that. But
It's one for Rory Smith. It's a trend to start.
Yeah.
like,
Diss
in
tracks.
my sort of knowledge of that community, like I said, I don't watch loads of channels. There's like 2, I think, at the max that I'm really, I frequently, listen to while I'm building models.
Well, didn't you say something like faceless?
No, I noticed a lot of them don't show their faces.
Right.
You just kind of see, like, just not like low, but you kind of see like just from below their nose and their chin and to their shoulders.
Right. Shoulder shot.
Yeah, which I don't think I have a problem with that. I don't know where. Oh, I brought that up in the original, original discussion we're having. I guess it's.
I mean, it was when we had this discussion. It was off stream anyway. And then I remember you said you kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit because
Yeah,
you were an advocate.
I want to bring it up because it is. I think it is one of those communities that is really 50-50. Either people absolutely despise it, or
See,
they like it.
the thing what I kind of find is because I know you say you do it because it's something that's just background noise that isn't rhythmic or like distracting in that sense. Do you not? Because I just stick an audiobook on in that situation, Because
Yeah.
oftentimes I kind of find the
Like-
sound of ASMR quite irritating.
Yeah, like yesterday, for example, I think it was something, I don't know, like, I put about 13 hours of podcast on.
Yeah, well, or a
Literally 12 to
podcast.
13
Yeah,
hours of
I heard
podcast
that.
yesterday.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then other times it's audiobooks, or if I just want like noise, I use one of those websites which are like a rain generator.
yeah.
Or,
Oh yeah, Rainy Mood or something like
Yeah.
that.
Train
Yeah.
noises.
Train
That's-
noises.
Sorry.
I've
Just
actually
me.
done that. I've done one of them
Yeah.
was trained. Yeah.
I remember there was a good site. It was like I think it was called Sound Generator or something, and it
Yeah,
actually
soft
adjusts
murmur.
the sounds.
A soft murmur. Yeah, it's good. Good website. Yeah. But yeah, I've definitely done train one, and that's quite popular. There's a video on YouTube. There's multiple videos of like train rides going from like one country to another in like 10 hours long.
I've seen like 24/7 streams of like from cab views.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
pretty good. I like those. I just like the sound. I just like
Mm.
trains.
yeah.
Okay, just leave me alone.
Oof.
But
Oh,
I've
vintage.
definitely, I've had the one of those train videos on my other monitor or something while I've been doing work for like 8 hours or something like that.
Like it's just nice to hear the clicking
And then
and
you-
clacking of the wheels.
Yeah, and then they get to the
Especially-
snowy area as well. And the sound changes because it's all like dead quiet in the snow.
Yeah.
You know what we should really try?
Mm,
You guys know, we all know Riyadh, don't we?
Yes.
Mhm.
See how long Riyadh can go making ASMR without screaming down the mic.
Impossible. It's not possible. You can't-
Impossible. Absolutely
it-
impossible.
like it's he wouldn't even get one word out.
If you go, I don't know what kind he would do. If he was going to do an ASMR, it would be that kind of eating pickles as close to the.
Oh yeah,
Microphone you possibly
you
can.
could do, or it could be like one of the other ones. I did click on one on YouTube once, which was like it was a woman cleaning her kitchen.
Oof. I
Oh.
like that.
Oh, do you know what was another weird trend? Not that ASMR is a weird trend, but it kind of, I feel like it's kind of in the same genre, and it's that whole, not, I guess it comes into the kind of subtitle of satisfying videos, and it's like people smashing
I never
bread with their
got
feet.
them personally. I never got that sort of genre. Like,
Well, of
99% of people find this satisfying.
it was the whole
It's got, like,
1,000,000
15
degree
ads in it.
knife thing.
The knife stuff. Oh, I never really cared for the knife. I do like the hydraulic press channel though. That's
I do,
I-
yeah.
Not a fan, to be honest.
No?
okay.
Nagadoo. It's just not my type of
you know,
book.
but people
Not
forget
book,
about
you
the
know what I mean.
OG.
That's-
The OG Will It Blend.
Will it
Oh
blend?
my
That
goodness. Oh yeah.
Mm,
Da-da-da-da-da.
man, I remember that in primary school.
I didn't like Will
Yeah.
it blend. It's like it's
I
I
must have
don't
been
know.
like, must have been like 10 years old or something when I saw it first.
It's dumb. It's
It's,
dumb.
it's like, well, where is it now? Actually, I wonder what
When
it.
it stopped running.
Yeah, it did stop
The-
running.
The videos they did upload to YouTube are still there.
Hmm. Speaking of,
The
Swiftly-
blender still exists though.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They have
that's
them in my
something.
uni actually. I noticed at the Starbucks they have Blendtec blenders.
Advocates for memes. University South Wales. I like it. Vintage meme advocates.
Oh,
But yeah, if you go on like oldest and newest on their videos, like the first ones, like 2006, 11 years ago.
Wow.
2006, what was I, year 4, year 5?
So it was the same year Shrek was released, if I'm not wrong. So
Oh,
No,
Shrek, yes.
Shrek 1 was
Truly,
like,
the stars aligned.
Shrek was 2002, wasn't it? Or 2001?
was it? I
Yeah.
remember there being something special. It might have been Shrek 2 was
Well, no,
2006.
I think that was like Shrek 3 or 4.
did you see that Shrek had a YouTube channel?
Shrek was 2001.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Shrek had a YouTube channel. Yeah,
For what?
yeah. He was just like teaching kids. It was basically for kids, obviously tagged to kids, and it was just like how to like.
Excuse me, no.
It was
I'm
like
sorry.
how to.
As we know, toy channels and the Shrek channel are clearly aimed for adults. Come on.
Mhm.
Sorry.
I thought
Shrek?
you, a YouTube man yourself, Tom, would know this.
Clearly, Tom knows nothing.
Sorry.
You're clearly lacking in the knowledge of how to grasp your audience. You know, when I look for a good toy channel, I want to see someone playing Jenga on top of a building, you know.
On top of a volcano.
Mate, see, Tom, this is what you're missing out on. This is why you're not getting the views on your streams, not on your YouTube channel, or on your Rory Smith Live channel, which, you know, it now exists. People, I'm plugging it right now. Take it from nobody. Go subscribe to Rory Smith Live and dislike all his videos.
Sure, hang on.
I mean, if you really want to. Go ahead.
Well, I guess swiftly moving on from that ASMR topic.
I love
feel
how we
like-
just completely drifted away from it.
We did.
I
I guess
mean-
that's us.
That's a podcast.
I made my point. I just said I can get why people are not behind it at all, and people completely just, you know, think it's the weirdest thing out there. But I'm saying, in my defense, it can help you if you're just trying to focus on a task, and
Well,
you just need some noise. For me, it does the job. Obviously, for everyone else, your mileage may, you know, differ.
Right. Well, I mean, I hear for other people it worked as well. I have a mate, you guys wouldn't know him. It's one of Jake's friends, just for context, I guess. And he was telling me the other day down the pub that he used to suffer from like night terrors, and then that kind of led into insomnia. And so apparently, what kind of sorted that out for him was listening to ASMR, and it would just put him out, and it would you know, relax. So you know, if it works for people in that sense, it works for people. I guess he said he never felt that all like sensation that was supposed to be ASMR, that tingling at the back of the head.
Same here. I don't feel that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just because
Yeah.
of the things I listen to.
To be honest, I have tried certain bits and pieces while I've been trying to sleep and stuff, and yeah, it does help. But I also find a lot of things help me sleep, like podcast helps me sleep. You know, like,
Podcast most definitely for me. Yeah.
yeah, so like it's not. I wouldn't say it's just that in particular. I would, as far as I'm concerned, it's like that's just another form of like what we already have, in terms of like helping people relax and stuff. But, you know.
Hey, I guess the borderline is if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
Exactly.
But the most important thing to understand is only one
Shrek 5
opinion.
is a masterpiece. It's not even out, but I can already tell you
It
it's
will.
going to be a masterpiece.
I'm taking that as a decent segue.
I mean, it is coming.
Well, Shrek 5.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a video game. Perhaps we'll see it announced at.
E3. Imagine if it was announced at E3.
I mean, you guys are
I
joking,
agree.
but like, you know, Shrek 5 was announced and is in development.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it should
why I
It,
said
comes out,
Shrek
it comes out
Forever.
next year. Comes out next year.
Really?
Yes, really.
Well, hold on. I
Have
think
a
I have to
look.
look.
Have a look.
I'm going to give you a spoiler right now, guys. Shrek's going to be in it.
Oh, why would you spoil that? for me?
2019.
Too long.
Mhm.
Too long.
And they started
I've
using
heard
Roman
Thanos is gonna
numerals
be in
for
it
it.
as well. So take from me, guys. Again, a nobody. I can tell you right now, Shrek and Thanos will be in Shrek 5.
Let me
Cool.
tell you something. The Shrek 5, judging by this like poster, is gonna be God of War. It's gonna be like old.
Boy.
It's gonna be him and his like 12 kids, and none of them are ready for the Wild Hunt.
In a
whatever.
council flat.
In a council flat. And instead of using a Leviathan axe, he just picks it, wax out of his ears, comes back to him.
I mean,
Yeah, so they got 5. They're making it 5.
Well, I mean, I guess that is delightful. I
they should have stopped at 3. They should have stopped at 3.
mean, they should have stopped at 1.
They
They
should have
should've
stopped at
stopped at
2.
2, yeah.
Agree with that.
I think 2 was really good, and I think 1 was good, obviously.
And then it just be.
But then after that, well, I don't really care about the rest. They did all these spin-offs. Like
I've only ever
Shrek
seen the
and-
first one, to be frank.
Ah.
It was just one of the films I was like, it exists.
Well, I liked it as a kid, I guess. If you first heard it now, maybe they'll announce it.
A
Announce
lot
a
of
Shrek.
films, I just go, it's a film. I just don't attach like Disney in that.
Oh, I don't know.
I just can't get attached to them.
I don't know. I kind of.
That's mostly because
films
I'm a
my
heartless
medium.
bastard, but you know.
I don't know. I love
I can
film.
admit to that.
Personally. But I mean, you enjoy horror though, don't you?
Now and then. I remember we used to go over Edge, didn't we?
Yeah, watch.
Yeah,
All the
I
horrors.
got that Evil Dead reboot
Talking about
that you
horrors,
guys wanted to watch for weeks. Bring it
Pussy
over.
down.
Now we're not watching it.
Have you guys watched the latest Insidious? It's fucking awful.
No. Although the first Insidious was a bit of a. Or am I wrong with that one? It was a bit of lightning in a bottle. The first one was pretty decent.
Yeah, the first one was good, yeah. The latest one, which I think is the... Is it the third? It's the fourth one, isn't it?
They should have stopped at 1.
Yeah.
They really should have stopped at one.
No,
with
like
them,
you
not
said, the
franchise,
first one was
because-
really good. And
I
then...
got along with 2 as well, but then
Nah, I
3,
didn't.
3 wasn't great at all. And 4, which I watched quite recently, well, it was terrible. It was a terrible film.
There's
Well,
not
you
an
know, whatever.
Insidious game, is there? Surely at this point there has to be a video game.
No, I doubt it.
Oops, sorry.
What
No
did make...
worries.
I love
Oh,
how
my-
we've again gone off the rails.
It's fine.
I mean, I'm really trying to. Ooh, I'm strong arming this E3 topic now, fellas.
Yeah. Hey.
What are we all excited for?
That's a hard question.
Give me a top.
I want to know.
Just give me number 1. I don't care about the other.
I just
I
want
don't-
to know.
Okay.
Are you going to be showing off any more Pokemon? Let's go.
How about the Fable
Ooh.
reboot?
For me.
Fable reboot at number 1 though.
No.
Not
Well,
number
one
1.
of the numbers.
What are the numbers between 1 and 25, maybe?
Yeah. Stupid
Well,
idea.
I was
Like,
homeless
it's
in
not a stupid
1988,
idea,
and
it's a
now
good
I'm
idea,
multi.
But like at the same time, it's stupid. because it's really stupid because Xbox shut down. I think it was Lionhead Studios. They shut them down in like 2011, 12, I think. And like they're the guys who made every Fable game, and then they like shut them down, and now it's like rumored that they're making a new Fable game. Like 2 years after the company got shut down.
I feel like
And well, hang on. On top of it, it was like they don't have a company to do it. So do you know who's doing it? The fucking Forza Horizon team.
Oh, that's no.
baby.
Please no.
Okay, yeah, sure thing. It'd be like the whole banjo nuts and bolts thing. It'd be a reinvention.
That's what I was going to say. Every company and every studio they shut down and then take their game and try to make something new.
It just turns into nuts.
No!
You know what? What was I going to say? I can't wait for. I mean, we were talking about this kind of off stream. I'm not too fussed. I doubt Xbox is bringing anything. Although
They've
it's because I haven't heard anything from them.
that's the
They're-
thing though. Like that's why like there are rumors to say they are.
Well, I feel like the most hype thing they could possibly talk about is like Halo 6 and Gears 5, both of which are kind of dying franchises at the moment. Unless
Yeah,
they
I
bring out
kind
some new
of
IP.
meant actual games.
Ooh. I mean,
Those
yeah,
aren't-
that is a point.
Those aren't real games. One thing to consider though is what studios does Xbox have? Microsoft have?
Rare.
None.
Maybe they'll announce they'll be adding some actual content to Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. But,
Oh,
like,
hopefully,
Sea of
because
Thieves is getting sour, right? What other companies have they got? They've got 2 Forza teams. One of them's rumored to be working on Fable. The other one does Forza every year.
They kind of got that
They-
partnership with Square for the Tomb Raider games.
I like to
I
say
guess.
Sea of Thieves is such a bad game. It's got no content into it whatsoever.
It's not bad.
I
yeah.
really
It's
enjoy
barely
it.
got any content. Like you,
Okay,
they've-
yeah,
they've
I've-
they've added the like Megalodon fucking shark into it. They've added they're adding
Megalodon.
stuff to it, but they should have done that at the start.
They should. I mean, it's not that they shouldn't have done it at the start. They should have saved something as cool as like a megalodon for later. What we really want is an enemy type that isn't a skeleton. Really?
It's just skeleton after skeleton after skeleton.
I played the game for about 30 hours, and I enjoy it for what it is. What they offer is really good, but then what they don't offer
For
is,
full price, for 40 quid?
it was 30. But like,
I got it for
Um,
free, so I shouldn't complain.
Okay then.
I was gifted.
Okay. It's kind of fun. The progression in the game focuses around collecting cosmetic items, which is a big problem for me, because like you do all these missions and stuff, and you win gold, and then it's like, what do you get out of it? You get you get gold out of it, right? But then what does the gold buy you? And it's entirely just cosmetic items.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have rather that than be an achievement system. I was going to say, what would
Well,
you
there
do
are
to improve that? But
achievements.
yeah, there
Well,
are achievements, but it should be like in that kind of game, a co-op game. Should that not be first and foremost, other than maybe a narrative? But it's not. It's weird because it's kind of got MMO. No, that's
Yeah.
a dumb statement.
It is a lot like an MMO.
Oh yeah,
And-
okay, never mind.
and,
That's a really great statement. Sorry.
It is. It is a lot like an MMO. It's the only difference is it's not like full scale, but like in a sense it's just like a big sandbox where you do what you want in it.
Mm.
A lot of MMOs are like that. A lot of MMOs are like theme park MMOs and stuff. But like the thing is, all the progression is cosmetic based, which means that like a lot of the time I'm like doing all these missions, collecting this gold, and I'm not thinking like, what am I gonna do with all this gold? Really, I'm gonna get like a golden gun. Like,
Sweet.
you know, but like there's two gun types in the game. No, it's three. There's a
Three.
sniper, there's the shotgun, and then there's like the smaller pistol type gun.
Hit me with an SMG. New
There's
season pass.
literally no variations of it. The only just
I do like the
changes.
fact that you, one man in a sloop, could take on a galleon if you're smart enough. If you're not smart enough, you get wrecked.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And that's the thing that I love about the game, is the fact that what they do offer is the amazing auto sim, and the way that naval combat actually works is probably the best I've ever played. So
Mm.
that's great. It's just the rest of the game's not.
The rest of the game, yeah, it
actually
simply
does,
is not
like,
there.
I am quite interested in what Rare has been doing. They've got 200 people in the company.
Well, the water does look great.
They
No.
should add the fact that you could shift, like, have a galleon all to yourself. Fuck it. You don't need anyone else. You could,
that was
they
annoying.
really
if you want
are,
to play
you know?
by yourself, you want to use the
I was-
galleon, go for it.
Yeah, that was actually really annoying. Yeah, and there's other things as well. Like say I'm a scoop and I want to like take over a galleon ship, and sometimes I've like completely done that, but you can't take over people's ships.
No, because they keep
Yeah.
fucking respawning.
Well, you
Hmm.
can't take them because like the enemies keep respawning next to them. That ship. Like also like if the ship goes too far away, just from the owners.
Yeah,
it just
mermaid. Yeah,
respawns.
yeah. What I don't like is if you destroy it, it comes back. It's just you-
Yeah. There's like no real persistent like death
Wait,
or.
That's the thing as well, isn't it, with Sea of Thieves, is that as much as it's all about cosmetic items, there's like zero customization for your ship.
There is, in a sense.
Like you can change the hull.
You can change the colors of yeah.
I wish they
One
gave the
thing-
option.
Give me a second, boys.
Like, there's one thing in particular that I just wish you could do, because it was like playing in a scoop, trying to fight big ships. I felt like I'm at such a disadvantage because you've got a cannon on the left and you've got a cannon on the right, and then compared to a large battleship that you might come across, where they've got like on the galleons, they've got like 4 cannons on the left, 4 cannons on the right. I think they should at least be able to let me move the cannons to a different spot.
Yeah, that would be useful.
Hmm. Although I wouldn't. Sorry.
So I was gonna say a mechanic to maybe even just buy an extra cannon. Just be like, oh, it's not gonna make a difference to your sloop. It's not like gonna
Mhm.
sink
Okay,
or
boys,
anything.
I'm being given the heads up. I need to depart
It's
from my
alright.
home.
Thank you
Aw.
for
It's a
contributing.
shame. It's
Thank you
a
for
shame
contributing.
that we have no one to tag in. Oh wait, yes we do.
That he's gonna want
I
to
said
voice.
it's a shame we don't have anyone to tag me in.
He's not gonna come in.
He's not being tagged.
He'll
in,
listen, but he
Cameron.
won't.
Emerson, you're fucking useless.
It was nice for you to contribute though,
Yeah,
Cameron.
thank
It
you.
was lovely.
We'll do it earlier next time, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Or a
it's-
different
It's
day
always
for you.
typical the days Tom wants me to, come on Discord and you want to record a podcast. It's the day when I have family over or when I'm going out to see family.
Would you like to do it Thursday, Cameron, next week? Are you okay for Thursday next week?
Thursday-
To keep
Thursday.
it on Thursday's perfect.
Yes, a consistent schedule.
Okay,
would
we'll
be
keep
great
it.
for
We'll
us,
keep it
mate.
on a Thursday from now on.
All
Okay.
right. I'll make a note in my little diary. I'll catch you all. You all being Cameron on Thursday.
Like we'll do it. We'll do it early. We'll do it early as well.
Mm,
Good.
So we can,
breakfast.
yeah.
with
When
Alec
will this be
Baldwin.
uploaded so I can catch up with what you've been talking about E3?
it'll
and-
be uploaded as soon as it's done. It'll go straight to YouTube.
Solid.
But if you do want to watch it, just go on Twitch and look at the videos, previous videos.
If you're still
VODs.
streaming when I get up to family, I'll have it on my
We
iPad.
probably will. But yeah.
And I'll say something in the text chat so you know I'm there.
All right.
But I
Take
think
care.
iPad is delayed, but okay.
That's
yeah,
fine.
take-
It's fine. Take care. Thank
I'll
you
be
for
gone
joining.
now. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
He was a lovely guest.
God, what a bitch.
Ah, rude.
Of
I said he was lovely, and you called him a bitch.
course, I'm only kidding. I know he's gonna.
Yeah,
It's gonna go up on YouTube. This is when you edit this bit exclusively out of me apologizing to Cameron for calling him a little bitch.
Who says I'm gonna edit it out?
No, you don't have the the gall to do it.
No, I just don't have the motivation.
Well, I mean that's the word I was looking
Yeah.
for. I just couldn't- one too many syllables.
Hmm.
Well, we're talking
Yeah,
about Sea of
yeah.
Thieves. The thing is with Sea of Thieves, and it's not that I wouldn't put it past Rare. It's more that I wouldn't put it past Microsoft at this point.
Yeah,
But they,
but
like,
see, that was
actually
actually one of the
hold back
things.
Content.
Yeah, like a lot of people are very like talking about like Rare are actually quite good. Like when it like
Well, I mean back before Connect.
yeah, but they've like improved a lot since then. And besides, they were like Microsoft put them up to doing the whole Connect thing for years.
Mm.
They've got like actual decent developers in there.
Oh yeah,
The
of
problem
course.
i-
That
the
much is
problem
undone.
is, it's like a lot of people were thinking like, so this has taken them years to make, and it's cost them a lot of money, and they've got like 200 people in the company. Like, what have they actually been up to? And a lot of people think they've just been sort of like prototyping and throwing around ideas and stuff for such a
That's
long
got to be the
time.
case.
Yeah.
If not, because it just kind of came to me there that if they were like adding content later, the whole Megalodon thing, that's free, isn't it?
Hmm.
It's an update. So if they're not charging DLC for it, why would they hold that back? Oh,
Well, it's because they're making content. Microsoft pushed this game really hard, and they want it to succeed. It's just maybe they've missed the boat now.
Hmm.
well, I wouldn't say they missed the boat.
Literally.
They just jumped the gun. I think it's a game people would have waited for.
I would definitely wait.
Mm.
I suppose so. Yeah.
I mean, wasn't this supposed to be the one that was supposed to bring like Rare back?
It was their first game that wasn't like complete. Like for the past 5 years, they've been making Kinect games.
Mm.
So it was like the first non-Kinect game. And
Meanwhile,
the game,
you got
the game has so
Sorry.
much potential.
yeah. That's the word I hear being thrown around for it a lot is potential.
It really does. That's not exaggerated. It's really like it's a very very good simulator for like sandbox type thing where like you just go around doing stuff with friends, and I've played it with friends and stuff. It's great. And I've played on my own. It's still fun. Like the whole ship battling with the way that the damage works on ships.
Ooh-wee.
Meow.
That's excellent too. So like you think, okay, it's got the makings of a great game. It just doesn't have any progression really, and nothing really to work towards at all. Like it has a leveling system, but like that's not enough because the leveling system on its own doesn't mean anything if you don't get anything out of leveling up.
Mm.
I level up and I get nothing. You just level up, the number gets bigger. So like, yeah, like why, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes, sir. Just
game-
yeah.
If the game had progression, real progression, stuff to actually collect, exclusive items, and not like almost every single item in the game you can just buy off of the shop with the coins that you like get from doing missions. Like, there's no like rare items. Like, well, there are a few, I guess, but like there aren't many where you can like for like being really good at the game show off.
Oh, sorry, a bit of a tangent.
Yeah.
Did you guys? I know you didn't have an N64 growing up. Phil.
Yeah.
What about you, Tom?
I did.
I
You
played-
did.
I
Oh,
wee
yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Now, this might be obscure. This might not be obscure. Did you ever play World Cup '98?
Yes.
It was great, wasn't it? Makes me wonder. All right, we got E3 this year. Then we also got the World Cup coming up.
Oh.
Instead of a FIFA game, a biannual, World Cup 18.
Oh.
Bring it back. I get knocked down. I don't know. I don't know where that one came from.
You could possibly make a football battle royale game.
Oh dear.
Mm.
Mario Super Strikers 2.
I can imagine that actually. You know, it's a football pitch, 100 players. Um,
It'd
big
be an
football pitch.
odyssey just to get a ball down down one side of the pitch.
And like,
The moment you get tackled, you're eliminated.
yeah, it's like free for all. I don't know. Everybody's like, I don't know. Your legs are the bloody goal. So if you kick the ball
Is this
between your
what
legs, it's a score.
coming to? Just have 100 people on each side. 100. It's Battle Royale Rocket League.
Oh.
It's just
The
like we should
distraction.
have
But the
like
same
50
size
people
pitch.
Lucio Ball.
50. Well, I'd be down for that. I'd be up for that. God, none of you guys said the most anticipated game for E3. This has
Okay,
been a
Death
question
Stranding.
left. Best trending.
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
Hideo Kojima's new game.
Oh, the potential.
That's,
Yeah.
that
Okay.
is-
Okay.
That and
Shame
Spider-Man.
it's not going to be called Silent Hills, but
Hmm.
what about you, Tom?
I don't really know.
Oh, nothing tickling your fancy.
I mean,
altogether.
I'm looking forward to a game called Death Garden, which is by the Dead by Daylight like development team.
You like that game, don't
I
you?
do. I love it.
You really do.
I'm addicted to it slightly,
Mm.
but I'm looking
Death
for Death.
Stranding is. I think the game is all about time breaking.
Very relevant. How what a coinky
Have you
dink.
watched the cutscenes and everything?
What?
They're so weird and creepy, but like a weird mixture of like there's like World War II soldiers
it's
mixed in with like futuristic like technology and then like Victorian era stuff. Like it's a weird mashup stuff.
I don't know, have you
It's all about life and death.
guys ever? I don't know why, but the description of that kind of just brought me back. You guys ever watch Star Trek, Next Generation?
Oh no,
Nah.
sadly.
No.
Nah.
Well, I mean, fair enough. But the first episode it introduces a character called Z, and it's God, and it's weird because you kind of expect the first, like, or Star Trek is a sci-fi series, isn't it? You kind of expect it to be all techie and like, I don't know, nerdy in that sense. But the first episode, you kind of got this like ye olde English guy aboard the ship wearing old clothes and stuff, talking to Patrick Stewart. And he's like, he keeps shifting his, I don't know, he transforms himself from to people from different time periods. I don't know. It's very weird for Star Trek, but I find it somewhat relevant to the whole theme of Death Stranding there. I don't know.
It's alright. No worries.
Yeah. I don't know, like, yeah, that game and Spider-Man, I would say they're the two which I'm 100% buying.
And they're the ones you're 100% buying. You're not hyped for Smash Bros.
Oh yeah, on Switch, yeah, Smash Bros. Obviously.
Bayonetta
I mean,
3.
it's weird, like Smash Bros. And stuff is something I'm always hyped for, but like, I guess because you know what it is already, kind of.
Mm.
You don't
I'm
really,
sure Tekken 7 DLC 3 is going to be announced.
Ooh,
That'll be hype. Which none of you guys played.
no.
Like,
Like it's just in the fact that I played against you in Somnia
what else
and I
was?
got my ass kicked.
I mean, you gotta hop on it now that Joe's.
Like, what have we got? We got Fallout 76. They're gonna go into more detail about that.
I
that'll be
just don't care. I
It-
just
it's
do
the
not
game that's
care.
Yeah, obviously it's meant to be like Rust.
Mm, just stop. I hate that. If it is, I just hate. I mean, I'd be fine with it any other time,
that's
but it's
not
like
a battle
trend
royale.
following. No,
That's
but
not a
it's,
battle royale though. Like
it's
it is.
Fallout. It's an open world game. Why are you trying to make it competitive
Well,
type
I mean,
of game?
that's
You
what
know?
I mean. Like, have you played Rust? It is
Yeah.
kind of
Rust
like
is iffy.
well, it's like a much slower game than a battle royale, and it can progress over weeks or you know, can't it?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more persistent. It's not really like it's almost MMO like. That's what it sounds like to me at least.
Okay then, I guess.
But it's not traditional Fallout by any sense. I would have loved it if they brought out a spin-off like Fallout New Vegas. I loved Fallout New Vegas. Such a good game. I preferred Fallout New Vegas over Fallout 3, believe it or not.
General consensus, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, a lot of
But what
people
would you
disagree,
do?
though.
Reaction to We're on the day. It's the Bethesda press conference day. There. Who's that beautiful boy I
I
see?
accidentally. Whoops. Accidentally speed.
The face reveal. It's there.
I kind of put Cameron on you whoops. Sorry.
Either way, what I'm getting at is they announced Elder Scrolls 6 instead of remaking I don't know, Skyrim for the Ouya or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that'd kill it. That'd be disgustingly like. It's
What,
about
re-
that time.
What?
Not Elder Scrolls 6. I mean Ouya Skyrim, of course.
Oh, yeah, Ouya Skyrim. Yeah, that's.
Any of you guys
It'd be-
pick that up?
It would be really no. I wouldn't have it, but like it'd be really easy to do though if they brought it out on Android because Ouya all it did really was run the Android OS. The only thing is its hardware is so shit now because obviously it's like 5-6 years old at least.
It doesn't feel like it. It feels like yesterday that was announced.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But like one thing that I think might actually happen is in the Bethesda conference. Yeah, we're gonna get Fallout 76, but I have a feeling they're holding back, and I have a feeling we might actually get Fallout 3 remaster.
Remaster.
Yeah, remaster.
Really? That seems a bit odd. If anything, New Vegas.
No, I think we'll get Fallout 3. Fallout 3 turns 10 in August, I think.
Okay.
And Fallout 3, unlike New Vegas, runs absolutely crap on modern computers, in particular Windows 10. You have to run it in compatibility mode. You have to change a bunch of the INI files to actually make it run properly. And even then, it doesn't run quite, how it should. And on consoles, Fallout 3 is even worse in a sense because I think on the PlayStation 3, it just looks so much worse than what Fallout New Vegas looked like. So I think it is due for a remaster.
The potential is, or you could say it's been 10 years. We're gonna make Fallout.
It's been 10 years and it's due for a remaster. And as you probably know, a remaster is for a large company like Bethesda, shouldn't be too difficult to pull off as a little side project.
Well, I don't know. I think that would be a little bit underwhelming, actually. Although you make a compelling point if they did
That's
that.
why
It's
I think they'll do it. But
well, if they do that on that basis, that's a bit. I mean, sure, it's fine, whatever. But then Bethesda's just going to be a company living off their old IPs. Well, not IPs.
I know, well,
because all they've been doing is making.
I'm just saying yeah, and on top of that, they've been busy with Skyrim and everything, remastering that to different consoles. And as you know, they have to do a lot of work on that, and they could probably transfer what they've done with that onto Fallout 3. So I definitely see them being able to do it and doing it properly. It'd be kind of cool. I'd like to play Fallout 3 on the Switch, maybe. I don't know.
On the Switch, yeah, I guess it's cool. I don't know. I mean, I think one thing that might also be Doom 2.
Oh, shame Cameron's gone.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Cameron would have gone wild on that, wouldn't he? I guess.
Wait, have I been missing something? Are there rumors for it?
Cool. I don't know if there's been rumors.
Because I've not heard anything about it. That's all.
Let me give it a quick Google, actually.
What I did hear about today is rumors and leaks and stuff about
Doom 2 Hell on Earth teased for E3 2018. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I missed that one.
Bethesda teasing Doom 2. I'd be down for that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I mean, there's potential. I don't know. I wouldn't want to see any more remakes from Bethesda. I'd
No,
be happy if they.
Please stop.
But
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about if it was it's just side thing, right? And their main thing is meant to be 76. And
Well, I mean, if it
they've
is a side thing, and they of course alongside it they bring up everything else, then fine. If they open up with we're remaking Fallout 3, and then boom, they hit us with everything or something.
I mean, honestly, I didn't mean remake. I meant remaster, a light remaster.
Well, optimize it for PC or something.
That's like a port more than anything. Yeah. Kind of like how kind of like how Skyrim remaster, right? It doesn't look that much better than the original Skyrim. But I guess it looks better.
In all honesty, I still think Skyrim kind of holds up graphically now, but
Yeah, you can tell it's 2011.
I guess so. But then again, mods always help that as well, which
Yeah, like, I mean, if you play without mods, the polygons are big and they don't get blended well, and the light, because the lightings are fairly basic, algorithm. I don't know, like, it kind of all just looks, it definitely looks old. It looks like, it kind of looks how, like, one of those larger MMOs looks today, because it's sort of, which isn't great. I don't know.
great for MMOs though.
Yeah, I suppose. That genre's dying though.
Well, the MMO. I think every genre is kind of dying thanks to Although, single-player story games. Thank you, God of War, for resurrecting that.
Yeah, it's a shame that Microsoft don't have a lot, which is why there are rumors that they are making stuff.
They better be. Oh wait, no, Microsoft has Beyond Good and Evil too. Forgot about that one.
Hmm?
I don't know.
Sorry, am I quiet?
No. Yeah.
No, I was meant to say yeah, sorry, but it came out as
This,
I didn't know that was an exclusive.
is that not an exclusive?
No, it's not.
Ah, I thought it was an exclusive. Oh, that's.
Well,
What?
I mean, I
Oh no, that's. Yeah, that'll be.
don't think it is. It's Ubisoft, and I'd be surprised.
I never was Beyond Good and Evil the first one PlayStation.
Yeah, PS2, Windows, Xbox, GameCube,
And
Xbox
GameCube, huh?
360.
Oh, never mind then. Rest in peace, Xbox.
um,
Maybe we'll actually get something on Star Citizen.
yeah, that's nothing to do with Xbox.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there's not reason, nothing. There's no point talking about Xbox, really. Well, I can't wait for Halo 6, where I
Yeah,
get to
like
play
the only thing we're gonna get is the Fable reboot.
and the Fable reboot. Yeah, of course.
Which I don't know. If they take it, if they reboot it in a bad way, I don't know.
I was gonna say maybe we'll get Tomb Raider release date, but we already have it. It's August.
But like these aren't Xbox exclusives you're listing, either.
Well, what? No, Tomb Raider, they got a good deal with them, so it normally comes out on Xbox first. Although the last game was PS4.
Yeah, but like, I don't really care if they like that. They're third-party companies. It's the first-party companies you want to be looking at.
Mm.
And
I want to say they killed it last year, but like Cuphead, things like that last year really did it for them, you know?
oh, Cuphead's nice, but like the problem is, like, that's an indie game, and like Microsoft's a big company, right? They need big games to compete with other big companies. They can't just have little indie games. They're not the bloody Ouya. And if they actually want to compete against,
Big boys.
God of War, Spider-Man, Last of Us Part 2. I'm forgetting a billion games here. They need more exclusives. They don't have many.
No, they really do. I mean, and the exclusives they've got, they've kind of been bastardizing the last couple times.
Well, yeah, okay, you got like we already talked about Sea of Thieves. You got that, right? That's already
Yeah.
out. It's mostly ones that aren't out that you want to be talking about, because the ones that aren't out are going to be the ones that are going to be competing against like Sony's upcoming games, and they haven't got much. Although, but
Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't exclusive to PS4, is it?
no, it's not.
I'm
I'm going
pretty
to
sure
buy it on. Believe it or not, though, I'm actually going to buy it on PS4.
Oh no, easily.
Well,
yeah,
no,
I mean it's the original. It's the original system.
I mean, yeah, but like yeah, and that's why. Even though I have an Xbox One X and a PlayStation 4 Pro, I'm gonna buy it on PS4. Not on, even though like I know it's gonna look better on the Xbox One X. It's a much more powerful system than the PS4 Pro, but like I'm still definitely gonna get it on PlayStation. I have the 2 compilation games on PlayStation. I want to keep everything on PlayStation for that.
Yeah, keep it all on one system. I
Yeah.
like it.
I say let's have a little bit of a break.
Okay.
Well,
If that's okay with you two.
it's really okay actually. I gotta get a poop.
Alright, we'll Be back in like 10 minutes, I guess.
Yeah, we'll call it 10.
achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing the man on the moon.
Howdy,
Okay.
fellas.
That was a lovely welcome back
Welcome.
after the break. Dying. Just pure death. We were on
no,
about
turns
E3.
out I didn't actually
Yeah,
need to. I had the Black Plague. That's what it was.
Yes. So we
Yeah.
were about E3, and Lord, you didn't say what you were looking forward to. at
No,
E3.
I didn't.
You
The
will
thing
do,
is-
we just blanked you.
No, I mean it's okay. I mean I thought I was taking over as a host for a little bit there. I don't know. There's a lot
Do
I'm
whatever
hyped for. The thing is, I don't know. I just want the Kingdom Hearts 3. I want the Kingdom Hearts 3 release date. That's what I want. Mostly from this
Getting well
E3
down.
thing, I think. Other than like maybe Smash, I'm super hyped for Bayonetta 3. I just played something. God of War 6, maybe. Give me something. Give me another
Well,
bit
you're
of
not gonna get God of
War.
War 6.
I want God of War
What
6.
what do you actually want? I mean, Kingdom Hearts, yeah, that's nice and all, but they're not gonna talk about much to do with that in E3, are
Oh no, of course they are. They haven't They haven't had a release date yet.
they? Yeah, but I don't see them bringing out much more. Like,
They'll
they might
have
do-
another trailer. That much
They
is
might
for
have
sure.
another trailer.
Final
They might.
Fantasy 7, the remake.
Oh yeah, that thing.
That thing, as if that's not going to be. Come on,
Yeah, well,
that one I think is exciting.
I'm looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2.
Mm,
I'm looking forward to.
that's October,
Yeah, it is. I thought it was September actually.
is it? October, September, it's near enough.
It's actually October. Okay.
It was October.
Yeah, October.
That got it.
Yeah, Spyro, I suppose. I think that game's gonna look a lot nicer than Crash did. Crash looked kind of shit.
I thought everybody bashes the new Crash, new Insane
I
trilogy.
enjoy it a lot. I just think it looks a bit shit. Like,
Mm.
I don't think the graphics fit Crash. They're a bit too.
Well,
Plasticky.
oh well, not bad. I guess I'll vouch for it. I don't know.
I like it. I love it. I played.
I
the
thought
whole
the
thing.
big deal. I thought the big misstep with Crash was that they redid some of the controls because I actually haven't played it. And that,
They redid some of the controls. Quite annoying, actually.
and apparently there's like some weird
Yeah,
hitbox
so-
stuff going on.
Yeah, so they replaced the character collider with a capsule collider as opposed to a box collider that the original had.
Mm.
Slightly more expensive, I suppose. But like, the problem with that is if you're on the very edge of a crate or something. Normally in the original version you'd still be
You can
standing
stand
on
on
the
it.
crate, but on this one you slide off because you're a capsule.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, and that's really annoying. That's actually affected me in a few times when I should have made a jump. I didn't make the jump because I slid down the side.
No, I haven't played it. Although, I mean, I love the original.
I'm gonna say like
I did. I loved Crash. I'm not gonna lie. I did really enjoy the remake, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was, and I think it's so fun to play. But
Which
like,
is- Because I kind of have a weird relationship with Spyro. I didn't play the original Spyro games. I
Yeah,
hopped
same.
on a really weird time in the Spyro franchise, and it was when they were doing it as a beat 'em up hack and slash game.
yeah,
And Spyro was
that's a bit later than me.
it was what Spyro, and it was the one they brought in that black dragon like Cinder or something. And then they ended up
Yeah,
having
the
some
one I have
weird-
most fond memories of. I think it was called Heroes, which was on the PlayStation 2.
Camera
Mhm.
wants to say the mistake with Crash is that was not Shrek 5. That's understandable.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is, Spyro Heroes Tale. I really enjoyed that game. And,
Ah.
I don't know. I think this remake of Spyro looks a lot like those PS2 games,
Mm.
just a lot nicer. And
I mean,
think-
those being like what the Enter the Dragonfly and Hero's Tale. So I mean, I hopped on A New Beginning.
Right, I
Oh,
stopped
and
playing it around about then.
Yeah, well, I mean, as a kid, I loved those games. I remember trying to be Spyro around like in the playground back in the day,
Mhm.
because you could like knock kids up and it would go into slow motion. I used to think that was really cool, even though that's a really tedious gameplay idea
You
nowadays.
tried to be Spyro IRL.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Straight up.
If there were things for me to jump off of as a child, I'd definitely be dead. So spent most of my
Yeah.
childhood in a straitjacket, I guess.
Yeah, but I think these graphics do work a lot nicer with Spyro as opposed to Crash. They've gone with I guess they're using the same engine and everything to do it, although the art style's a little different. But like, it looks like it's working a lot nicer, and it looks really colourful, which is fitting for what Spyro is. You could argue it's using that same standard art style that a lot of things, like the really popular kind these days. But it does work
Yeah.
for it, so I'm okay with that.
Cameron just said, wasn't there a Spyro game which was a collab with Crash? It was like
There was.
TV.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
called
they
Spyro
were-
Orange and Crash Purple.
Well, but they were Game Boy games, though, weren't
They were
they?
Game Boy game.
Yeah.
I
Game Boy.
loved those games. They were nuts. Hey, I'm actually looking at some old screens from A New Beginning.
Yeah.
This doesn't look half bad, you know.
No, I don't. And
I'm looking at these old reviews. It didn't do quite bad. Apparently, it wasn't that obscure.
yeah, no.
Apparently,
It was,
my will to become Spyro as a child wasn't completely unwarranted.
well, Spyro. Yeah, it's always been a pretty good game. I've always
Funny.
preferred playing Ratchet and Clank and all those other games.
Oh,
But-
God, I wish I picked up. How much is the? Hold on, they redid Ratchet,
Hmm?
didn't they?
Oh, you
And
can
it
pick it up for
did-
like £10.
Yeah, apparently that got some killer reviews, didn't it?
I loved it. It was and the cutscenes in it are really nice because they pretty much.
We were
taken
working
them
on a
from the film.
movie, yeah.
Yeah, so they're high quality. The game is way better than the film, by the way.
You know, I can imagine the film was somewhat terrible, just fitting in with
Yeah, it was,
the
it was
old.
just okay. Yeah. What's that, Emerson? You just messaged me.
What's called, Emerson? Which I'm sure is very vague.
Yeah.
What is what called?
Yeah.
The
was
Ratchet.
called-
It's just called Ratchet and
It was
Clank.
called Ratchet and Clank. It's on the PlayStation 4. And the film is called Ratchet and Clank as well. 2016.
Not on the PS3, PS4.
Still sad.
Yeah, they did like 2, 3. They did a few PS3 ones, didn't they? Crack in Time.
I don't know.
Then I don't know
I
if
don't-
they did any after that.
I just want to hear more God of War stuff. I finished God of War recently. I don't think I told you guys.
I
You
I've
mentioned it,
watched.
I think.
But I
haven't played
mentioned it.
You just mentioned it, I
I
think.
think it's probably it's game of the year for me. I think so far.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't remember playing anything that was
I
so
Yeah.
satisfying to play, and then so like I don't want to say sublimely written. There are certain things that kind of like that weren't too great about the story. I thought, but either way, I kind of love the direction that the game is taking at the moment.
yeah.
'Cause I don't want to say it's made Kratos deep because
Well,
I think
mean,
Kratos has always been, you know,
yeah.
a fully realized character.
I did actually think the like I don't know. A lot of people seem to love the older God of War games. But
Well,
I
it's weird to think about them as being so innovative for their time because they really were.
yeah. Well, they are, but like at the same time, I played them and they're a little bit repetitive, to be honest.
Oh.
You go
I
around
guess
smashing stuff, and that's fun and all, but like that's all you do.
I think it's kind of repetitive in the sense that all hack and slash games are somewhat repetitive. You can make a hack and slash game repetitive.
I know, but like
It's
one of my big takeaways was like, you know, like it wasn't just repetitive. Like the lighting was always the same, the scenery was always the same. It was always very orangey looking and like fire everywhere and like metal everywhere.
that being said, the sense of
Spike.
scale in all of those old games were fantastic. You
Yeah.
always felt so dwarfed by everything in those.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was this real sense of accomplishment with everything you did. Well, I don't know, with everything you did.
Yeah.
You bring down like
Yeah.
what's it called, the Cyclops in those games. You know, you
Yeah,
felt the weight of what you
yeah,
did.
Even if the boss wasn't that difficult, they made it feel like it was difficult.
Mm.
And once you complete it, yeah.
I'll tell you
it
what,
was-
a game that like reminded me of that. Did you guys ever play the Dante's Inferno game?
I did.
Did you play it? Did you enjoy it?
I liked it.
Did you like it?
It was good. It had,
I don't know. Because
I don't want to rate it highly, but I enjoyed it.
It's a perfectly fine game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I brought it up because it reminded me of God of War. And I know whenever I bring it up, I've got something bad to say about it because the whole like divine comedy thing, even in the context of the game, just kind of like grinded my gears a little bit. But I don't know. In terms of like E3 stuff, if they was to say something about, I don't know. I just want more God of War at this point.
I just
I
want.
suppose. I mean, yeah, they could bring out a DLC, I suppose.
No.
Like, I don't know what else they're gonna talk about, really.
It's I don't know, if they were gonna do DLC, that kind of ruin
Well,
the sequels, because it's very obvious they
they're
left
not-
out.
You know, it's either gonna be that or nothing. Then, like,
Yeah.
God of War.
I hope it's nothing.
Yeah, but you just said.
No, I mean, I want them to be like, hey, we've already started work on 6. Here's, here's what's popping.
Right.
Although I really doubt it. It seemed like the game took a really big, emotional toll on Corey Barlog and all that stuff. Did you catch that video of him reacting to the reviews of?
Oh yeah, well he broke down in tears.
Yeah,
But
that
he
was
ha-
really
he was
wholesome.
obviously he was so happy for it because he put his everything he
Yeah.
had into that game and
Yeah, really
and
touching stuff.
Yeah. So obviously when the reviews came out, he was literally in tears reading them.
To think how much stress would have been on his shoulders.
Well, he's remaking a extremely hyped up, well-known franchise, and taking it in a completely different direction.
Yeah, no, he killed it, which is what it needed. I
Yeah.
do genuinely believe the God of War games were suffering from a little bit of sequel fatigue.
Yeah. If they just brought out another God of War, it was just gonna, it would eventually turn into what Halo is, and
Oh,
Boring.
don't make me cry. It's
Yeah.
not boring.
To me, I find it absolutely.
Yeah, I
shite.
don't know. It's hard to argue because the whole, original trilogy appeal was that it kind of brought first-person shooting to the console,
yeah,
wasn't it? Landscape.
yeah, and I really did I don't know.
And the fourth one, I kind of give it a pass based on the merit of its story. I quite liked it, despite what some people say about it. But the fifth one is just inexcusable. Inexcusable.
Yeah, with the third one, obviously you finish where you're lost in space.
You
Spoilers.
could, they could have.
Everybody knows that game. And then the fourth one is you're getting back home, right? But I did enjoy the whole thing about Cortana going rogue.
What in 5?
No, in 4.
No, she didn't go rogue in 4. She was dying in 4.
Oh yeah, she was dying, but I thought she started to not behave properly.
That's in. No, yeah, okay, yeah, no, you're right, you are right. No, they made Cortana and Master Chief a character in 4.
But she was dying because obviously Master Chief was in space for so long in cryosleep.
Well, that wasn't the reason. It was just she was reaching her expiry date.
Yeah, because she's got some sort of a human component inside of it that was not mechanical, so it was
degrading
away or something. Yeah.
We've got to get you to Halsey, the game.
And I did like that. I like that take on it, rather than it's just Master Chief wants to go home, so he's sort of plowing through space.
I don't know. I feel like Halo 5 might have been somewhat a little bit more excusable if he wasn't playing as Luke Cage for the majority of the game.
But
Yeah.
Yeah. But I did think Halo 3, it could have ended in Halo 3 where you're just sort of in space wandering.
It could. You could
come back.
happily. I could happily cut that trilogy off.
Yeah.
Have that be canon and whatever comes out now,
Yeah.
the whole 343 saga. Have that be whatever that is.
There are certain things about the Halo series, the Halo trilogy in particular, that are just amazing. I love the transition from 2 to 3. The very end cutscene of number 2 is the opening cutscene of number 3. It's literally perfectly lines up.
How long was how long between? Because it was a generational switch,
Yes.
wasn't it? It was between.
Halo 2, I don't really know. So Halo 2 was 2004, and then Halo 3 was 2008?
No,
I
sure.
think, 2007.
Wow, there was a year's difference. They made
What?
Halo 3 in a year?
No. Halo 2 was 2004.
Oh, right. My bad. My bad.
And then
Sorry.
Sorry with that, yeah.
and then Halo 3 was 2007. And Halo 1 was 2001, wasn't it?
I don't know. I think it's kind of heinous to kind of mention Halo and then not mention one of the great things about it being the soundtrack.
Yeah, that's very good. I enjoyed Reach a lot as well, though.
Reach was probably my favorite. I put too many hours into
I
online
love
Reach.
It
was the whole because for me, I was a plebeian who would do the Spartan, the armor lock thing, and you wait for some peon to come close to you, and then you'd unlock your armor, which of course takes away all the armor, and you just pop them in the head for once.
Oh wait, are you talking about multiplayer?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
I didn't really play the multiplayer as much.
ooh, I mean, the story was great too. In all
Yeah, I'm
honesty,
on. I really loved the Halo Reach story. The
it was
whole, like,
really.
the
It wasn't.
prequel.
Yeah, it was. It
Yeah.
was. It wasn't a happy one either.
Yeah, yeah.
And you'd be playing through the credits as well. God.
But like, I just loved how, like, the way it established what the, um, like what the Spartans are really, and how they were made, really. Like, yeah, I thought it was a great prequel, a bit of a
Yeah.
spin-off.
What did you think of ODST?
I liked it.
Because I remember back in the day, I wanted to make like I wanted to be one of the YouTube JonTron boys, an angry video game nerd type character.
Okay.
And the game I was going to start off with was Halo Reach. I was going to
Wow.
call it retrospective gaming or something like that.
Right.
And
Okay.
as a kid, I hated it.
You hate it. You hate
I
it.
really didn't like the feel. You couldn't like dual wield weapons and all that. You were just kind of like, I thought it was such a dark game. Like visually, I thought it was ugly. I thought the narrative was boring. And then I went,
ODST?
yeah, and I went
Well,
back and
yeah.
replayed it, and I was like, hold on a minute,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm having fun.
Yeah, we got to remember, Halo ODST. You're not a Spartan. You're not
Yeah.
a superhuman. You're
But
just a
you
guy. You're a
really-
soldier.
you
can't
feel that.
You can't
But it's-
do what Master Chief can do. Yeah.
Yeah, you feel that. The story was still a bit
Yeah.
naff. The animation was
I-
kind of awkward at
yeah.
times. You kind of
Yeah.
people kind of looked like the way Woody was animated in Toy Story, which is like fine if you're Woody, but he looks like a toy.
Obviously, the story was made in a very fragmented way. You go around learning bits of the history and bits of how your troops died or whatever it was. And you kind of like you pick it up as you go along. Like, so you're like, ooh, what was this? You know, you walk up to a crashed ship and you're like, you find out how that ship crashed, and you play the crashing of the ship. You play through all these scenes. But yeah, like, I mean, I liked it a bit. Like, I wouldn't.
No, to that, I was actually I was somewhat impressed with it when I went back and replayed it.
Yeah.
Although I did find I had some golden footage, some golden AVGN type footage of a hunter just glitching out, walking into a wall whilst it pumped him full of lead. Hardest difficulty. Great.
Wow.
Oof. Yeah, Halo 6, if they I don't know, if they announce a trailer for it, something like that, they show a trailer for it, and this
think
trailer
they will.
is like Spartan Lock is dead from the get-go or something, I'd be happy.
Yeah. I don't know what they're gonna do in it. I don't know, but like, I don't really care. I kind of think they should have ended Halo. So,
I mean, this is the last one, isn't it?
are you sure? The company's
Yeah.
called 343 Industries.
Well, what else have they done?
Halo. They
Exactly.
only do Halo and a Halo.
They only do Halo, but the thing is,
And,
they were brought on to do, I don't know, we had the original trilogy, and then they were brought on for this trilogy, and there's the potential for one more trilogy, I think. But with the way the game's being received, I doubt we're getting a trilogy after this.
I know, but
We got-
yeah,
As well, which is another trilogy again.
we know that they are making like Halo 6. That's like kind of everybody knows that, but like, yeah, after that, I don't know. This is a thing that might
Being trash.
No, well, yes, but like on top of that, they like naming it like they this company they're called 343 Industries, named after Halo, and
Yeah.
it kind of implies that this company is the Halo company. They only make Halo, which makes me think, are they just going to be making Halo until the end of time? And they've got another
Well-
company which is designed for Forza, and it's the name of that company, I think, is named after something from Forza.
I mean, we're gonna look up Xbox, not just
They-
Microsoft IPs.
Like, they can't just do that. That's terrible.
Terrible for those. You know what? I'm sure the people working for those companies make a lot of money based on that name and that job. So
Yeah,
I'm sure it's not as horrible for them as we're.
Oh,
Oh, I wasn't. Yeah, I suppose.
thank you, Nico the Beast, for the follow.
Hey,
The
Donald
alert
Black.
kind of worked, apart from pictures like,
Donald Trump.
yeah, you can't even see the name, but I thank you, and a bit of tips went into the jar, so thank you. Thank you,
Hey.
Nico.
God. What was we
It
on?
worked! Sorry,
Before
sorry.
we're so hey,
Sorry.
a little round of applause for Boy Boy Brewery.
But
Just me. All right, never mind.
Just you.
just do.
Sorry, carry on. I thought. Sorry. Should have just.
I'm completely off. I was looking
Right.
up IPs.
Yeah. So what was it? Yeah, we can't just be seeing Microsoft do that year on year, just sort of producing like the same game over and over again. We know they're gonna be making more Forza games.
That's
Obviously,
not
we got the rumor for Fable. We know that that's just one of their companies that might be making a different title. But they don't have much else. Like in terms of first-party companies, I don't think that they own many more. There's a
No, but they tend to have
They've
their
got-
hand in everything, don't
They've
they?
got the Gears of War company. Like Gears of War is such an outdated game concept these days.
It's not an outdated game concept. It's really suffering for like the fatigue of like being a poster for the UE4.
But
Because I don't know if you've gone into just the third person shooter preset
Yes.
and it's the same animations, you know. It's the same everything as in that's in UE4. I wouldn't be surprised if Gears of War 4 was made using Blueprint, because everything that happens in there is kind of basic. It's like you can step on a trigger box, which causes enemies to spawn.
yes,
And you shoot the wave of
Yeah.
enemies, which triggers more enemies to spawn.
but like
And then
yeah,
after that's
yeah.
done, play a cutscene. So, you know,
But like yeah,
visually
yeah.
though, I gotta commend the artists on that one. Maybe not the animators, because it's all stock. Which of course the animators had to make anyway.
But like I think it's extremely I just think it's outdated, the concept of Gears of War. It feels really mid 2000s. It feels like that, you know, there was this era in gaming, I think, where like everything had to be like as edgy as possible, and like everybody was trying to make like a
The
gritty
same
shooter
year.
game.
That wasn't the same year, because that's a PS2 game. You know, if
Well-
we get a Shadow the Hedgehog 2 on that note,
Uh,
and
yeah,
Crash
like,
4
but that
is
was
still
about the
doing
time
the
I'm on about.
soundtrack.
The Shadow the Hedgehog was about the time I'm on about. All these companies are trying to make gritty, like adult.
he shoots
shooters.
Sonic in the back of the head in the opening cutscene.
You know, like yeah. Can't take that one seriously. I had it actually. I have it still. I have
Oh
it on the
god.
emulator too on my PC.
Yeah, Halo with a battle royale mode. I see that happening. Yeah, I see that. That might actually be a possibility now.
Yeah.
Although Halo Wars 2, that was received very well.
It's a completely different game. It's an RTS, but
Yeah,
like,
it is a completely different game.
yeah, I suppose so. I'm just a bit sick of like this generic shooter concept. And
It's
I think
hard. It's so difficult. How do you break away from that?
well, a lot of them are trying to look a little bit more refined. A lot of them are trying to look a bit more modern.
Hey, careful now, Tom. You're moving stuff around on the screen. Last time you
sorry.
did that, your face revealed.
Oh,
But, like-
I know. I'm sorry.
Like some of them just aren't great. Like I played like Quantum Break quite recently, and I'm thinking like Jesus.
Was that a
Christ.
generic shooter?
Yes, like it has those time mechanics and stuff, but they feel like they're tacked on top of like the standard shooter concept. The game concept is like, you know, the time travel and time breaking and like having like time fucking up around you. That's all the side thing, or pushed aside from the fact that you're running around doing mission after mission while the FBI are trying to shoot you, and you just kill them with your gun.
It's really difficult. It's really difficult to come up with a new. Although it's really easy again for any developer to kind of fall into the pit of, narrative over gameplay, and you see that a lot nowadays. I think I see it a lot. I see it a lot in my university. Is people, being told to make game, and people are going off and writing stories instead. I think it's a real shame.
Yeah.
I don't know.
With a game that
It's
way.
weird. Sorry, yeah, go on.
You go on.
Well, I mean, I was going to say, if you're going to let me go on, it's a shame that that's the way things are, because I don't know. Maybe it's because I kind of grew up on all the games, and it was that kind of substance over story gameplay back then, you know.
Yeah.
And it's weird to think that mainstream kind of needs. I don't know, because I speak to people, you know, from my family or like outsiders, or you know, looking from the outside in. I'm just playing something like Overwatch, and they're like, "Oh, this is a kids game because of its graphics." And okay, all of a sudden now, the mainstream needs to have like realistic, you know, gray graphics with like the same edgy story.
Yeah.
But really speaking, a good game. I just want Castlevania back.
Yeah. I suppose.
Mm,
I don't know. It's why when we was talking about making our game, I was kind of like not so much like adamant. I'm happy we're not doing something that's like, you know, cut and dry, boring.
Oh yeah, yeah. With the game that we're developing, yeah.
Quick
don't
plug.
Any spoilers?
Wait.
Shh.
No spoilers.
Obviously, it's about time breaking,
Mm.
and you know, there's a lot. I won't go into the details about it. And obviously, I have been focusing a bit on like getting some
Oh.
back end and narrative, but it's more for like setting the scene than anything. More for like picking where we're gonna put the game. You know, the whole Welsh Valleys thing that we have going on, and the
Oh,
whole coal mining.
sorry to disturb you again. The Mad Dog 1001, thank you for the follow.
Hey, Papa bless the Mad Dog.
And I
1001.
kind of sorted out the.
Oh?
He
Hey,
cuts out
there
the
we
first
go.
part of the name, but
Hmm.
Is this a promo? I don't know. We haven't even started concept
No,
art.
no,
quite
no. I'm
really.
just saying. I'm just
So-
saying. Like we have been focusing like more. I've been trying to like get some proper like fun gameplay decided on it and everything, and fit like not necessarily fitting the narrative around it, but more like.
Well, no, that's the way it
fitting-
should be.
Well,
It
I'm-
should be
I'm-
game
yeah.
first and then fitting a narrative around.
Well, I'm kind of like trying to do both together, kind of fit
Yeah.
the narrative around the gameplay, but also fit the gameplay around the narrative, so they kind of both work instead of like. So you don't get like a feeling of like you've got a good gameplay with a narrative tacked on, or you've got
Mm.
like narrative with like some bit of gameplay that
Yeah.
you know
I don't know,
isn't that
it's-
important.
Yeah. No, no, no. Especially because the thing is, I'm assuming between the five of us,
Hmm.
none of us are writers.
Yep.
So
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And
Yeah.
yeah, that means we don't want we want to play down the narrative side of things.
exactly, yeah.
We don't want to be in a situation where we like got text and text of information that people are like looking at and they're like, okay, what's all this? And then we start
What
coming up,
is this?
you know, and then we like have like a time machine, some shit in the game like that, where it's like, oh, and we, you know, like Quantum Break, they started mentioning about like, I think one of the reasons why you have the ability to control time with your hands is the fact that you're exposed to these things called like chronoparticles or something.
Chromosomes. You was
Like, it's
exposed.
just so stupid.
Oh dear.
You know, yeah, so I'm trying to like move away from anything really stupid like that.
Well, the thing is, I don't know. We kind of dive really far into the deep end because it's like, if there's one thing I do know about writing 101, is don't touch time travel.
Yeah, okay,
It
yeah, and we
never
are.
works well.
But
and we
like,
are.
I think we're touching it in a different way. Like, we're not like you're the only person in the world, so you don't have to worry about certain things.
I guess so, yeah.
You know,
Cameron,
No, it's more like time loops.
Yeah.
Cameron said endless books of Welsh myths and
I
legends.
do. I went to the library and I would draw about. 5
Listen,
or 6.
if the day that we're stuck, if the Groundhog Day that the time and space we're stuck in it isn't St. David's Day, right?
St. David's St. David's Day in the
Be
1980s
very
Welsh
safe.
Valleys after the coal mines got shut down. What a great year.
I know it's not a combat. There's no combat in the game, but if I can't have like a leek sword, cosmetic daffodil sword, then I'm afraid I'm just
Yeah.
not doing the art anymore. I want to model a leek, Will.
A leak. Yeah, we could go like full on Saints Row and just sort of like
No, what happened to those games? Are those games done now?
Saints Row.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
started
well,
getting really,
so
really bad after.
They Saints Row 3 was a
Well,
lot
I
like
mean,
GTA,
yeah.
but a bit more cartoony. Sorry, a bit more comedy driven.
Yes.
Saints Row 4 then went a bit berserk and
Well,
it introduced superpowers.
Yeah.
well, the whole thing, it was, I felt from what I played, it was starting to suffer a little bit from that old sequel fatigue.
Yes.
So
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it's the fourth one. I don't think many people really talked about 1 or 2, but it was 3 that really made the game popular. I think.
I don't know. 2, if you ever go back and play it, is like a really generic sandbox. Like it's GTA.
Yeah, I've looked at videos and yeah, I thought it was. There's not a lot to look at really. It just looks like GTA, just worse to be honest.
Yeah.
I did think with 3 it went in its own direction, but then in 4, yeah, as you said, it's sort of. And after that, all they did was some standalone DLCs, and I don't think they've ever made a 5th, and I don't think they will.
I think 4 was like the
Yeah.
idea was great, but they just copied and
Yeah.
pasted. They literally not even like Far Cry games. They just straight up put the Saints Row 3 map in Saints Row 4. Now you have superpowers.
Yeah.
DLC the game.
Talking about sequel fatigue, though, like, have you actually seen what's been leaked for E3?
Not everything.
Just Cause 4.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't fussed.
I mean, like,
But that's
Just
just
Cause
me.
2 is amazing, and
Yeah.
especially the multiplayer added so much to the game. Just Cause 3, now, that was popular, but I do think its popularity died off fairly quickly.
Well, it came out around about the same time as GTA 5, didn't it? Not the same time, same
well,
year, wasn't it?
similar, yeah. Like, I mean, you could tell that it dropped off quick because I picked it up not too long after it came out for £5 for like.
Oh dear.
You know, like, but I think it was for like with the DLC as well. It was a £5 off of Steam. Like they were doing like 80% off. You know, so
Steam?
off Steam, yeah, on a Steam sale.
Wow,
And
on a sale,
you can-
okay.
Well, it's on sale, but like if they're putting it that far onto sale, it means it's not selling well, is it?
Well, I mean,
PUBG doesn't go on sales like that
Oh.
because it sells.
because I've been thinking about this. It's all about like relativity.
Yeah.
Is because hold on, how much does the average game sell? How much would you consider? Hey, Ben Salter, 265.
Which one of you's created countless bots? Please stop. Please.
Not
But
me.
thank you. Thank you, Ben Salter. Even if you are a bot, Cameron, looking at you. But thanks.
But like, I think that oh, what was it? What were we on about? What was it about you were saying about like relativity?
Not theory of relativity.
No. Not that one, the other one.
How much would you consider? What would you consider to be poor sales in a video game? And I don't just say none as a joke, or like 3.
Yeah. Okay.
what would you
okay. It
consider, like-
depends on the scope of your game. It depends on your budget. Depends
Yeah.
on your.
Let's say an
marketing.
indie game then. Let's take an indie game. Let's say an indie game with a budget of
indie game.
100,000, and that's a really small
A
project.
tiny indie game, like
Yeah.
a two-person little indie project.
Hmm.
Well, that's difficult to say because even 1,000 sales could be a lot to you, depending on what you've made.
Because either way, let's
Um,
say it's £100,000, and you end up
Yeah.
selling the game for like what, 15 quid, and it goes down to a fiver later, of course,
Yeah.
and it sells. Well, let's say it sells 100,000 copies. Which is that a lot? Would you consider that a lot?
Well, yeah, 100,000 copies is decent. Yeah.
Well, it's decent.
Well, for AAA, it's decent. I think
Would that be decent? I would have thought that would have been somewhat underwhelming.
it would be underwhelming, but I think it's also acceptable,
Hmm.
depending on what you've made.
Well, either way, if you used to make on that budget of a budget of £15 per sale,
Mhm.
even with so long as the profit made is more than what, 2 quid or $2, you've made your profit back.
And I actually going on to that topic is why we are getting a lot of, well, shit games. I think because it's happening more in film, to be honest. But like, in games, it's starting to happen a bit as well, where people know the formula, people know how to make a game that is going to sell a decent amount, enough copies. It won't be innovative, but enough copies to actually, produce some sort of profit, move the business along. Definitely not happening on the same level as film. You probably
No,
know
I mean,
about that.
film is like the film has just been Marvel at this point.
Well, yeah, but like, I mean, even that aside, like, all these companies, they know exactly how to produce a film that will at least make the money back.
Well,
Sounds
you
like a
say that, and then
terrible
Solo
review.
happened.
I suppose so, but like, I mean, you know, a lot of films, even ones which you wouldn't think are making their money back, are making their money back. The Emoji Movie made so much money.
Go. I mean, I remember when I thought there was going to be a Dance Revolution film, and I feel like that would have sold on the same scale as like an Emoji Movie, because the idea is just so stupid. But you kind of have to see it.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously the Emoji Movie, 3.1 on IMDb, but like, you know, on IMDb it says how much did they get?
I will be forever waiting.
So it's like budget was 50 mil estimated, which is very low for an animated film these days.
I guess so, yeah.
And then it's worldwide gross 200 million. Back in 2017 that was as well, so it's probably more now. So it's really made back its money.
Not bad.
Yeah, which is really telling because, and it's not just this film. Like a lot of them are doing it. A lot of them. They get bad reviews, but it doesn't really affect much, to be honest. They always make their money back.
Well, that's the whole producer's thing, isn't it? A big flop will always sell more than a success, you know?
But even
people want to see the train wreck.
Well, even mediocre ones though, like they always just make their money back.
Just like Solo.
I think it's rare to see. I think Solo's probably made his money back now.
Man, I hope not.
That's probably.
Not because I dislike Solo. I just dislike The Last Jedi that much. I just want Disney to learn their lesson, alright?
So, if you are wondering, Solo's budget was 300 million estimated, and currently its worldwide gross isn't quite there, but it's at 276 million.
Good.
So,
because normally they make that back in like the first weekend.
What?
It's pretty telling because
Yeah,
Star Wars films shouldn't make it back in the first weekend.
Well, yeah, in the first weekend it only got $84 million, which sounds a
lot.
Oh,
that's beautiful. That's music to my ears.
It's not even a third.
And it's not like I hope the guys who are involved with Solo don't get like a hard job. I just want Rian Johnson to have a hard time about it, you know?
Yeah. Anyway. What were we on about?
We're still on the topic of E3, by the way.
Yeah, we're supposed to be talking about that.
Well, I guess on a Star Wars note, I think I'd freak out if a Force Unleashed 3 was announced. I'd be down for that. I'd be down for a little Star Killer.
It's quite interesting, actually. Yeah, Disney are going to be wanting to do something with Star Wars. Obviously, what was it called? What was that game called? The big one?
Kingdom Hearts? No.
No. Star
Wait,
Wars
what?
one.
A big game? A Battlefront.
Battlefront. That's the one. Battlefront 2, yeah.
That one.
Everybody knows about that. No need to even discuss that game. Obviously, it's improved now.
Ooh, hold on. Sorry to cut you off there, but we'll talk about the Pokemon game in a bit, actually. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I got a lot to say about that. A lot to say about that.
Good suggestion, Cameron.
Hey, Papa Bless, Mr. Puck Penguin 1, 2, 3.
Fantastic name.
That is golden. The Puck Penguin. Sorry, what was we on?
I was talking about. I was saying, yeah, there's no need to comment really on how on Battlefront, but yeah, they are planning stuff with Star Wars. I don't know what, to be honest. They could go anywhere with it, really.
They could go anywhere with it. Well, it has been the case. Oh wow. No, Star Wars has just been getting it bad. Star Wars fans are something like Sonic fans at the moment, just get dragged through the mud.
Star Wars fans are like Sonic fans.
Like, honestly, it's like we're going to have to wait 5 more games for one good piece of... It's potentially a bit of a copyright thing. We'll see if Alec Baldwin wants... That's your problem, Rory.
Oh, shit. Don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. Please. Shush.
What was I saying, though, about... Yeah, no, like, it feels a bit like, I don't know, because the movies haven't been, ever since, or they won't be doing well, because of The Last Jedi. Papa bless you.
Well, we know, well, they haven't been doing great, but we know the next film is going to sell well, obviously.
Well, yeah, of course it is. I don't know about. I kind of hope. I don't know. I'll go see Kenobi because I've always wanted to see a Kenobi film. I didn't go see Solo because I didn't want to. I didn't want a Solo film. I always
Yeah.
preferred him as an enigmatic character.
Yeah.
And I also kind of wanted to stick it to Star Wars for feeding me, The Last Jedi. And it's, I don't know. I've heard it's mediocre. I've heard it's just okay, which is like, sure,
Yeah,
whatever.
I liked it. I liked it. I won't go
Did
into
you
too
like
much
it?
detail. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, I did think I don't know, like I enjoyed it for what it was, self-contained, kind of funny, maybe a bit too funny. Like that sounds weird to say, but
Yeah, I mean, well, it's just the Disney formula at the moment, isn't it?
yeah,
So, but it's also been in the games, which kind of sucks because of that whole scandal with Battlefront 2 and the loot boxes.
yes.
Just give Star Wars fans a break. That's 3 in a row. That's 3 strikes. You should be out.
I do like how I think it was with Battlefield 5, isn't it, the new one? They
oh right. Oh damn.
they explicitly did say actually it's not like Battlefront 2. We
Do you think they learned their
understand
lesson?
what happened. We are trying to tone it down a little bit, and loot boxes will be limited to just cosmetic items. Is what they said. So that's nice.
That's fine. Well, there's the whole controversy. It's a silly controversy about having a woman on the front cover of that game, even though it explicitly told us that it's supposed to be, based around a completely not fantasy. It's a made-up scenario, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
So if you're gonna do that, then by all means,
yeah, I was looking at the front cover. And I've looked at the trailer. It doesn't look like World War II at all.
No, not one bit.
But also, it looks like they've oversaturated it. Maybe I don't know like how to describe it. It's sort of there's too much color to be honest. Like,
I'm okay with it. I might buy Battlefield. I might buy into that. I'm okay with that.
Don't get me started on the trailer. I'm too just ramming into a building like that. yeah, exactly. Like, it looked a bit weird. It's a bit too colourful, perhaps. It's a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying it should be grey, right? That's weird. But like, it looked like the grass is really green. The sky is really blue.
Hey, anything that's not, it's not boring. As long as it's not boring to look at, I'm down for that.
Yeah. I suppose so. It's it's yeah, you can tell from just looking at the front cover, it's not some real World War II representation, and if they don't try to, they don't put on the box art like the most realistic World War II experience ever made, like back, Modern Warfare 2 were doing that in the back of their boxes. They're just like,
Okay,
best
what about
combat
that?
simulator.
What about, here's a goofy one, because I find it quite funny. I think it's, starting shit for the sake of starting shit.
Right.
It's the idea that the standard version of the game has the woman on the front of the box, but the collector's edition has a man on the box. And people, I've seen people get a bit pissy over that because it's like, what are you saying? Because men make more? Because of the wage gap? It costs more?
Are women
something
just
like that.
standard? Are they not collectors?
The Churchill goes about 2 kilometers per hour. That's
Is a
not even
woman-
it. It's not his final form. And Churchill in his prime could probably travel at Mach 10 speeds.
I think I'm in the category with that cover, about that cover, is that like the same as like what most the world is in, and that is the category of I don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah, that's good, I guess.
So I mean, because like I didn't even think about that, right? And I think that's what most people think. You don't think. You just sort of like you don't even notice it, and then it's just like some little minority of people on the internet are like just rage typing on Reddit, like, oh no, like we can't be having this. It's going to offend people. I think maybe, like, but they don't really know what they're doing. You get a lot of that. Not just this, like everything I've noticed. Like,
Hold on,
Yeah.
war just kicking off in the
I
chat.
know. I'm gonna move him down.
Wait, are we having him? Are we introducing
we're
a new
good.
challenger?
We're gonna invite him.
what's happening?
Here we go.
But we're gonna.
We got a guest.
Stanley
Number 3 was in the
McMahon,
army,
thank
Red
you
Army
for the
said,
follow again.
Hey,
Please
have a
stop.
bless.
If these bots would please stop it, but thank you either way. I would like it. Oh,
I'm not too sure what's going on here.
we're just gonna like take a break, and then we're gonna have like introduce
Oh, yeah, I
another
could do a
person.
break.
into,
Oh,
like, the
another
fold.
intermission.
Yeah.
This is an
Yeah.
extended one. Ooh, going ham for the first episode.
Ooh.
Woo-wee.
Ooh-wee. So, we'll be right back. Yeah, boy, I guess, guys.
Mr. Company, who are you?
Before this decade is out, I've landed in the middle of the moon.
Okay, we checked all four systems, and there you go on modulation, all four, and keying with a go. Okay,
bones. Brittle.
They're brittle.
That was a great welcome back. I like that.
Going back?
Yeah, that was a great welcome back.
Oh, that's great. That's
Uh,
delightful.
As,
Joined.
as you know, Cameron left us early on in the stream because other commitments, because we're not good enough for him, sadly.
Yes.
I was going to say so formal, but that's a dark twist.
I'm joking. It's taken us like an hour or two to get in, so we rung up, we brought in someone.
Brought in the heavy duty,
Yeah, we got the real.
the big guns.
Big guns.
Brought the cavalry in.
Who's
really.
you can
The
introduce
best we got. We brought Alec Baldwin himself in.
Alec Baldwin. How are you? Alec? Alec?
I'm gay.
Oh, fair enough.
Also known as.
I'm also very bad at multitasking and talking or playing
Also-
the game.
Known as George. Well, I guess he was your new guest. Or whatever.
Yeah.
You can say
I'm
that.
the new
Hey.
old boy.
Yes,
New old boy.
yes, Cameron, I know
Has
you had
been
family
in front of
commitments.
community, but has never shown his face.
Sadly.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about E3 before you.
Yeah.
Big
Well,
coffee.
what was it though? Like.
So I get. Well, I mean, we could always go with just the customary. What on God's green earth are you excited for?
Yes, George. What are you excited for?
What, an E3?
Yeah.
Poundland Alec
In general.
Baldwin.
Like, I don't know, a game that's different
A game.
to every other
Oh!
game that exists on the market.
You know, I'm excited for a game as well.
I don't know. Do you
Scrabble.
follow it? Scrabble 2. Do you follow that kind of hype? Are you gonna be watching E3 and all that business? Or are you
Not really.
bothered? Ah, fair enough.
I'm more into if I see a game I like, then I'll follow that. rather
Yeah.
than
Well, is there
looking
anything that's catching your eye at the moment?
Not particularly, really. I mean, there's quite a few that it's kind of all blended into one,
Hmm.
so it's hard
Well-
to say a specific one.
Playing chivalry at the moment, quite literally.
I'm a chivalrous man.
Oof! Ow!
Chivalry.
Protect
Game
my
of
fair
gods.
lady.
Um,
Now, what were we doing? We split up against Swaggy Poo, by the way.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah. How was your poo? Let us know.
you know what? It was a hell of a lot more chaotic than the last one. It
Good.
would explain why I needed two.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
this was like the you know how sequels will always bigger and better.
Yeah.
Wow.
Same principle.
Like Shrek.
No.
Wasn't Shrek 2 was just Shrek 2, right?
Shrek 2 was the
What
shit.
do you mean? It was
Like the
just
title was
Shrek?
just Shrek 2, and then it was Shrek
Yeah.
the third,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shrek 4 ever after,
Yeah, they have inconsistent names.
and now they're using Roman numerals for Shrek
Yep.
5.
Shrek
So-
V.
This is a very odd tangent we've taken. Well, not really a
You're
tangent.
making
We've been here
SpongeBob.
before. Huh?
Are you drawing SpongeBob or something?
Yes, I'm drawing SpongeBob. Did you like it so far?
I do.
What I really want is someone to, produce
Scream.
a train game which doesn't cost £5,000 for all the fucking DLC.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's a
going
bit
in.
arse.
I
Train
Now-
simulator.
You
Look,
keep
Sort
playing-
it out.
I just wanna go. I wanna go on a Riva Trains Wales. I want to
Uh-oh.
produce.
You had to do it. You had to do it. I actually didn't expect it.
I just want to live my life as a train driver from Cardiff Central, maybe
Well,
to like London
so you wanna-
Paddington,
you-
without
you-
paying like
Is
30
this
quid
how
for
I-
that.
Wait,
30
wait,
quid
wait,
for the
wait,
route
what-
and fucking 30 quid for the train. Done. There we
Okay,
go.
is
That's
this
all.
our
I'm done.
official-
I'm done. No, I'm done.
Is this our
Fine,
official? Is
fine.
that the official Roy Smith segue to talk about
Fine.
Riva
Fine,
Trains
fine, we're gonna
Wales?
do it. We're gonna
No,
do it.
no.
We're gonna- Fine. If you must, we're gonna diverge from the traditional E3 talk 2 days before the conference and
Fucking trains.
trains.
Oh, did we
No.
hardly even talked about E3?
We're
really?
going-
we're
We just
going-
chatted about games we liked.
We're going
Yeah,
back to
yeah.
E3. I just wanted to get it off
Nah,
my
no,
chest.
never
No, I
mind,
wanted to
'cause
get it off my
there's
chest.
probably a lot more to talk about when it comes to a Riva Train. It's like a week-old topic. But we'll talk about it.
Look, they're going out of business October. It's fine.
I'm
Yep.
sad about that. Even though
better
I've
not
never
be.
taken an Arriva train before in my life.
Oh, right. That's probably why you're sad. You don't have the experience of how shit it is.
Is it bad?
Oh yeah.
It's very average.
No, average for like.
In a Remus style, the subject was delayed.
That's a good one. I like that. I'll give you. Oof.
Oh, oh.
But like
But-
realistically, I mean, I could talk all day about how bad they are. I take a train almost every day.
Well, that's just British trains, according to the news, anyway.
What Cameron
Yeah.
said, the new company's gonna, when they take over in October, they're gonna keep with the crappy bus on wheels, or even like that. They keep
They
it.
heard they are for a while.
They are for a while, which is
They can't really have the
buses
large
on tracks, not wheels. Sorry. Yeah. It's,
The
Trains
tracks
on
don't
wheels.
support the bigger ones, do they? I don't know too much about it, but
like I do like the new. I like the Great Western. I just.
well, tough. Move out of this
You know, the
country.
Choo choo. There goes choo choo.
to Hogwarts.
Bring back Steam. Done. End of. Next. Back to E3.
Back to E3.
Back to E3.
Yeah. So E3. Unfortunately, there's no train games that I know of that have been announced.
Thomas the Tank Engine,
You-
the Magic
yeah.
Railway.
No,
Yeah.
speaking of Thomas the Tank Engine, sorry, there is a new movie coming out where he goes to India because they said they wanted to make it more cultural and have more female
Gee
characters
whiz.
into Thomas the Tank.
Are they putting Alec Baldwin back in it?
No, it's still animation. Just it's all shit now.
The voice of Alec Baldwin
Hopefully.
as a bizarre market man.
Mm-hmm.
I could get
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin
Yeah.
on this.
Anyway, anyway,
What are we talking about? Like,
E3 and everyone.
nothing. They're talking about absolutely nothing. What we should be talking about,
I try again.
Pokemon.
Oh yeah,
Yes!
Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of news with that recently. as
Is
you
there?
probably know.
I actually haven't been reading anything on it. I just heard it's
Sorry.
like
seriously,
Pokemon Yellow.
Are you avoiding news on it? Or?
No, not really. I just haven't looked it up.
Oh.
All I know is it's like Pokemon Go things having to do with it. Like you can import your Pokemon Go. So it's not too horrendous. I don't have
Yeah.
to take my Switch on
Yeah.
walks, which is
Yeah.
great.
So
Or is that the case? Am I wrong about that?
that's mostly correct. I mean, the Pokemon Go aspect of Let's Go Pikachu and whatnot.
Well,
is-
well, I will be buying Let's Go Eevee.
Yeah. But anyway, the Pokemon Go aspect of that is completely optional. It just lets you do it. If you play Pokemon Go,
Today.
well, if you play Pokemon Go and you want to, like, implement, import your Pokemon from that, you can. But if you don't want to, they've got
Oops, sorry.
like in all the grass areas and all that stuff, you can just like find Pokemon out in the wild and everything. One big difference
Like an
is
actual Pokemon game.
little bit different. It looks like there's no random encounters. Like you don't just walk around and you
Oh,
just end up
dear.
in a fight. Like the Pokemon are there in the wild, and you walk up to them, but you can see them before you go into a fight with them. If you know what
I
I
was
mean.
worried something like that might have actually happened because that's
Um,
and don't get me wrong, I love to bits, but for nostalgic reasons, the old GameCube Pokemon games, Pokemon Coliseum, and the other one, Dark Shadow DX or something. But that had the same thing where there was no random encounters. You had to like capture dark Pokemon from other trainers and stuff like that. And as much as I loved those games,
It's SpongeBob,
Uh,
Cameron. Fuck off.
in retrospect, they were a little bit boring because there weren't any random encounters. I don't know. It kind of defeats the whole collecting the Pokédex thing. Well, what I heard about the game, though, is that it's a remake of the original
Yes.
Pokemon games. It's like
Yeah.
Pokemon Yellow.
Yes, it's a remake of Pokemon Yellow, effectively, or like some people like to call it a reimagining.
Right.
Same idea. It's gonna have gyms. It's gonna have all that. It's just
But you have to import your Pokemon from
No.
Go.
you don't have to. You can.
So how do you get Pokemon if there's no random encounters?
I think you misunderstood what I said. The Pokemon are there in the world randomly around the place. It's just you can see them before you go into a fight.
Ah,
Like
odd. That's a bit odd.
you get what I mean? Like like the old Final Fantasy games.
No, the old Final Fantasy games are random encounters.
Yeah, that's what I mean. In the old Final Fantasy X, for example, you would be walking around and you just end up in a fight.
Mm.
Whereas like in the new
So
Final
that's-
Fantasies, you don't.
Regrettably to
the
say it, that's kind of like Final Fantasy 13, which is
That's right.
not the best. Not
But it
the
didn't look
best.
that bad. It just means you can pick and choose your fights rather than like. I mean, but like
guess it removes the whole grindy aspect of Pokemon.
Mm.
Cameron
I
says
mean,
to
I
Collins.
suppose you would still need to.
I understand they have their reasons for like XD Coliseum. Sorry, I'm talking to Cameron.
Yeah, I was
The
talking
chat
to
here.
Cameron.
No, like I'm talking now. I understand that there was reasons behind that. I love those games. But we're in a generation now where that doesn't factor in. So I don't know. If it works, it works. I'm probably gonna buy it anyway because I've been dying for Pokemon on Switch.
Yeah, like, and there's a few other big things to say about the game. For example, playing the entire playing the entire story, start to finish in co-op mode with a local co-op with 2 people. Like fully co-op, as in there's 2 characters walking around on screen independently of each other at one time, and then you like do like team battles. So you're like both fighting together.
I mean, that sounds delightful and all, but
Simply
not online.
delicious.
I doubt it. I don't. It hasn't been announced, but I don't think it's going to be online. It's probably just going
I
to.
think Cameron said there's no online.
No.
I'd be surprised. It didn't sound like it would have online. But
Which I don't know, kind of sucks because how I don't know how's a Gengar gonna work, how a trade situation is gonna work. Pokemon. I guess you just have to do it on Go for that thing because exclusivity has not been something Pokemon has been shy to, even from the beginning.
yeah, yeah, and of course they're bringing back the Pokeball, or whatever it was called.
Yeah, I'm down
Pokeball,
for that. Sure thing.
Yeah, it's just like a little Pokeball. Put your Pokemon in it, and then take them around with you. And
I don't know if I'll buy it, but you know, concept is cool enough.
Yeah, and you use the and here's the and related to the ball. Here's the other big thing. A lot of people are very against the way it seems. I don't know the full details of it. It seems the way you capture Pokemon in the game is similar to the way you do it in Go. So you throw Pokeballs at the Pokemon that you wish to capture. The way that a lot of people don't like.
That's a pain.
And it kind of looks like that's the way they're going for it. But at the same time, like, battling is not anything at all like the way it's done in Pokemon Go. Battling is done like
The traditional
Pokemon,
style. Good.
with like the different abilities and everything. Yeah. It just seems like the capture mechanic is like that.
I'm down for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for it. I don't know. Something new, especially with something so tried and true as Pokemon, it's kind of easy to kind of fall into that trap of being like, I don't like any changes.
On top of all that, the game looks lovely graphically. Like,
Yeah.
it's a nice 3D looking,
So,
top down.
I assume because it's a remake of Yellow, and Yellow lets you have a companion Pokemon walk around next to you. Like if you choose if you choose Let's Go Pikachu, you'll get a Pikachu following you, and if it's an Eevee,
well,
Eevee
more than
follows.
that,
Or is it like the new one where-
I just saw Cameron. Love to see your Pokemon Walker thing. They have a new one as well when it comes out.
Oh yeah, because they had one for the actual Pokemon Go, didn't they? It's like a wristwatch.
I think this one. I think he's got like the original one before Pokemon Go.
Before Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I think there was an older one.
Oh, what for Heart Gold and Soul Silver?
I'm not sure. You'll have to ask Cameron on that one.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll hear if he puts it in the chat.
He is. He's supporting me.
Yeah, so we have, so there's a lot more than just that, George. You actually can have your whole team following you.
At once?
Yeah, it looked like it. Yeah, multiple
Oh,
Pokemon
that's
following
pretty
you
cool.
around in the world, yeah.
I like that.
And you can ride on your larger Pokemon. Like, the very large Pokemon, Charizards and whatnot, you can actually ride on them and as a mount, I think, and they just sort of, like, move you around a lot quicker.
Oh, delightful. I like that.
Simply
It makes you wonder if it's all to scale as well, because I've always liked the idea of being like towered over by like a Nido King in that.
Yeah, I think it is, because the Charizard was absolutely massive. It was,
Charizard's actually really short. If you didn't know, if you check
I mean,
like
it
the
looked
in-game,
small in the anime, but I thought that was just...
for real, if you check like the Pokedex, it's the one thing I remember about Charizard. He's about 5'7",
Alright.
like 5'6".
Oh, fair enough.
Which makes Ash like 3 foot nothing in the anime.
Okay. Fair enough.
But Charizard's actually kind of small. I think.
Alright.
Hold on, let me check that up.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh yeah. The first 150 Pokemon. That is also the thing. So Pokemon Go has got a lot more Pokemon than the original 150.
Yeah, Charizard, 5'6".
Oh,
Sorry,
wow. Oh, you were
5'7". My bad.
Oh, okay.
Taller than me.
Yeah.
So.
So so as you probably know, George, Pokemon Go's got more than just the original 150 Pokemon, right?
Now it does. I mean, I played when it was just the 150.
Right.
I kind of
But
fell off
yeah.
like everyone else.
But you'll only be able to import the original 150 into the Let's Go Pokemon.
You will only be, yeah, of course, fair enough.
Yeah, just say, like, even though like the others will be on Pokemon Go, you won't be able to use them in the game. Yeah. But it looks like you know, remember this is a spin-off game. This is not the
Hey,
proper
I'm not
game.
mad by any means. You know, it's not out
No.
yet, so I can't be mad at it. And I don't think
They've-
Pokemon has disappointed me
Yeah.
really yet. You know, say for maybe, what is it?
I haven't
Pokemon.
played Y.
You played Pokemon Y.
I haven't. Have you?
We had many battles. Yeah, I ain't gonna complain. There was one game, the one on the Wii, I wasn't too impressed with.
Which one's that?
I kind of like Stadium or so. It's not Coliseum. Or it might be Coliseum. Because it was just kind of like, Pokemon 64. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Where it's just battles, and the only way you can get Pokemon is by importing them from your 3D, not even 3DS, from your DS.
Yeah, I don't like the just battling type. I like this. Looks like it's a proper thing. It's got badges. It's got gyms. You know, there's a story to it. It's going in a slightly different direction, and the developers of it have explicitly said on Twitter, this is not the core series Pokemon. Generation 8 will be coming out in 2019.
Delightful. Okay then.
It looks like Generation 8 will be running on the same engine as this one, so we know that this game is going to look really nice in the next game. That Generation 8 is probably going to look really nice like this, and also be a Switch exclusive.
Tell you what. Do you remember Pokemon Ranger?
I don't.
Could do.
Did you ever
I
play
only
that?
played a couple of Pokemon games.
Bruh, I'd be down for
Bruh.
having those games back. They were like, so you could only temporarily catch Pokemon, and then use them once for like an ability, and then they go away, and they'd help you like clear a map. You couldn't use them to battle or anything.
Right.
Or if you did use them to battle, they'd help you. And the way you like
Yeah.
capture them is like you draw circles around them with your stylus.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
No, it sounds awful, but in practicality, I thought it was great, or at least I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I'd be up for that coming back.
On another
That
note, Tom, I like your SpongeBob.
Thank you.
Joe, he's got red eyes. Battle Revolution, yeah, Diamond. Wait,
Did they cut off his legs?
Sadly.
why is he a circle?
Just got a problem. Changing.
I mean, SpongeBob.
It's
square.
square. Yeah.
It's SpongeBob's mum.
Oh shit! I just refreshed the page. Jesus Christ! Is it like a Pac-Man on like LSD?
Yep.
Is he wearing glasses?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, geez, I thought he was gonna draw a proper nose. It's just his face is facing forward and his nose is to the left. It's not how. It's really creepy.
It's fine. I got this. Ready?
This is when you give him like sweet corn teeth or something.
Sweet corn teeth.
There we go.
Oh, much better. Triangle nose.
Oh, he's got a hole in his face. You know, anatomically, eyes are supposed to go in the middle of the head. He has no forehead.
This is not a person.
It's just it's a bit of fun.
This is a creature. He's bleeding profusely from the mouth.
Yep.
Wow, my stream's a bit delayed. It's annoying.
Wait, no, I like no.
Oh, there we go. I see the mouth. Fucking
Oh,
hell.
whoops.
But yeah. Obviously there was also the other Pokemon game that was announced. Or show. Well, it's not just announced. It's out now actually. You can play it on Switch if you have one. You do have one.
Wait, what is it? Yeah, I do have one.
The little Pokemon game. It's called Pokemon.
Begiblets.
Quest, Pokemon Quest. It's like a little like I don't know how to describe it. It kind of looks like one of those free-to-play microtransaction-driven games that you find on iOS and Android.
Is it free? Is it free on the Switch?
Yes.
Hmm.
It's coming out on iOS and Android later on though, like next month.
Actually, do you remember Pokemon? Is it Adventure? And you play as the Pokemon, and it was kind of like an action RPG.
Tom, what the fuck
Oh.
have you done?
I'm just trying to make a
That's
beautiful
perfect.
masterpiece.
I think it
It was
was
like taking a chunk out of his fucking.
no
chin.
Adventures was like Cave Explorers or something, right?
Right, I don't know, but like that sounds weird.
What? Stop.
It was. I'm pretty sure people really liked it. I never caught on with it. What was it?
Fair enough.
Explorers of Time Mystery Dungeon.
Ah, Mystery Dungeon. Yeah, I think Cameron just said. Yeah.
I have an idea.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, it was really weird. You play as the Pokemon. Let me check a screenshot in chat. Like,
I can put the screenshot on stream if you want.
if you really want, that's the one I nicked off Google anyway.
Wait.
Okay.
Have you seen the?
That one, people really like that one. Last time I checked, anyway, it was well received.
Yeah, Cameron says it was alright.
Shit, it's a lot
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah, no, there's a lot to bring back if they're gonna do business like that with Pokemon. 6.5 out of 10. I guess it was slightly above average, or not. If it's by IGN score 7, it's probably an average. Therefore, this is a heinous attempt at a video game. What is that? What is that, Rory?
Yeah, what the fuck? It looks like one of those like Mexican skulls. They're like
You-
dead shit.
You give him a
Retarded.
Chelsea grin.
The screenshot is now up.
Oh,
for
I
camera to
see.
Oh, I know who it is. It's Jeff the Killer. It's a really good sketch, actually.
Thanks.
God,
It's just how it must look like.
did you guys see that Photoshop of Ed I did? That was Jeff the Killer for my
Yeah, I
media
did.
thing. I'm proud of that Photoshop till this day. I'll never be able to find it. I think Ed's the one still holding on.
Yeah,
Yes?
it's good.
There's something about your illustrations, Rory. I think it's the excessive use of red on black that's genuinely, Battle Revolution. That's what it is. There's something about Rory's Tom's illustrations that are just absolutely menacing. All of them. His banner, that "Welcome to my bad channel." If I saw that peering through my window at night, I think I'd put a gun in my. I don't know what I'd do.
You're gonna love what I just did.
Welcome to my bad life, and then I died.
It is terrifying.
What the fuck?
It's the perfect circles that are eyes pierced. They don't blink. They're unblinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
completely staring dead at you.
They kind of look like they've been open for so long that they're starting to blister and.
That's why they're red.
Yeah.
And it's looking at you. It's got that that Mona Lisa stare where it's like the eyes are fixed on the
Also,
viewer.
who like cummed in his eye, like both his eyes?
Oh, it's glistening.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't
Yeah.
have the same
You-
effect when I draw it.
George, are you looking at the other one? Like, if you click on Rory Smith 176, you know, the name in the top left corner.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh,
The,
that
the
one.
welcome to my bad channel, the one that drops
Yeah.
down. If I saw that peering
That
through
one
my
is
window,
so terrifying.
that's the one that would end my life.
Yeah.
Why are the
Fucking hell, yeah.
Why is
mate.
the lining of his eyes red and then blue, and he's got these tiny beads
Black fucking yeah.
Be-
Jesus Christ.
floating in space?
Just that smile. Dead fucking eye. Oh,
He
I can't.
stitched the corner of his mouth closed on one
What the
side.
fuck? Now you've made. What's his name?
That's
Fucking
worse.
Futurama.
Zoidberg.
Yeah, Zoidberg.
Oh shit, what is it?
There you go. That's a lot. That's less minute.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Beautiful beat. That and they. Beautiful beat.
Jesus, that's quite scary. Oh,
The one with like the red corny is.
yeah.
No. I guess it was
God. It's just blank.
his eyes are just his skin.
Fuck. Now it does look like his cum dripping out of his eyes. You
No, it
can't
just looks like he's
listen-
got a major cataract.
Oh, actually, yeah. Red outline, blue Irish, very nice.
Oh, green. Very jealous eye.
I am jealous that people are better at drawing than me.
What are you all
Oh,
about?
this is a masterpiece.
This is unique.
Fuck.
Why is there a box there? What? Hello?
Oh wait, are those
Oh, I
teeth?
see what
Are
you're
those
doing.
supposed to be teeth?
No.
The fuck? Jesus Christ, if they are teeth.
It's fine. I can fix this, guys. I can fix this. It's fine.
This isn't a podcast anymore,
This
is
is
it?
just draw my life with fucking Rory Smith.
There was a podcast earlier.
I mean, sorry.
Oh.
This is just a regular stream at this point. We're just watching Rory draw. This is live commentary.
A draw with Rory. Ooh,
God, can you guess what it is yet? Wait.
we could all play that Pictionary game.
This is my eternal struggle.
That like, well, I don't know what it was called. It's like draw my.
I think,
Oh yeah.
I think the masterpiece is done.
Oh, there we go. Fucking isosceles triangle there.
Actually,
sorry,
it's an
like-
equilateral
If
triangle.
you invert that triangle, it looks like Mark Zuckerberg's smile. Really
dear.
would do.
Is that what you've drawn? Is this Bart Simpson? Is that what this is? You just haven't drawn his hair.
Oh.
Eat my shorts.
Nice.
You're gonna give him
okay.
hair, Rory.
Yeah, well, no.
What are you doing?
Ruining a masterpiece.
No!
It's fine. I got this.
No.
The
Just-
jug, the mug!
The mug!
Oh no! What have I done? It's fine. It's fine. I got
What
this.
have I done?
It's fine. I got
Alright,
this.
catch you in a bit, Cam.
Love you.
Bye.
Oh, the wonders of technology. Wow. It's all been
Oh, for
There you go.
fuck's sake!
Oh.
He's screaming.
censored. This is a sign. It's like... oh, okay. Fuck! that was bad.
Didn't mean to do that.
Keep it.
Just peeping eyes in the dark.
Peering through the darkness.
Okay.
He's got Pennywise eyes.
Oh shit! I went the wrong way. Okay, I'll do it now.
He's just got a very defined chin, right? It's just
Very
Very
defined
defined.
jaw.
yeah.
What are you doing? What's
No.
going on? Try to
That's
give
not
those.
gonna-
There we go.
Oh, that's what we want.
That's the creepy stuff.
This is like two worms now in his eyes. There we go. Oh,
Ah,
his iris is a
he's
little bit.
ruptured his
Fucking hell.
eyes.
That actually looks more scary, to be fair.
Have it so like his pupils are like dripping down onto the canvas or
Oh.
black. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Yeah, that's doing it. That's doing it. That's some good stuff.
I hope everyone watching this is enjoying themselves.
Because I certainly am. 8 viewers as well.
That's not nice. Okay.
Another side.
Oh wait.
I'm thinking all
Crying
black,
blood.
all black cornea, white iris.
Oh
Yeah.
Make
no,
make
this
him
is
cry
the
blood.
sequel. This is the sequel to Squidward's Suicide, isn't it? This is SpongeBob's Suicide.
He
For those of you who
looks sad.
remember,
He looks
it does. Let me. I want you to. Can
Creepy
you put
man.
this picture up on screen for me? Or
Yeah.
just as like a reference image. I'm sure you've all seen it. Just a minute.
Just the two of us.
Alright, this image might be distressing to certain viewers. Please avert your eyes if you're of the.
Oh! Oh! Help!
My eyes!
Burn!
Oh my goodness! I clicked back and Roy's created hell on earth.
Mhm.
Jesus Christ.
If you don't want to look at this image, just
He's
I can't tell if
sad
that's
and
his,
menacing though.
I can't tell if that's his like smile or his jaw.
I think
God.
it's a smile, but like he looks like he's sad, but at the same time,
The
Right.
eyebrows make it look menacing.
he's a bit insane.
Same thing, practically the same thing.
oh shit, it just disappeared. But yeah, I bam.
You see what I was going for.
Yeah.
I love it if Cameron just came back and he just sees that. Like, what?
This is what a night with Alec Baldwin has.
Oh.
He just sort of like jumps away from his iPad.
Oh God.
That's the best, right?
Family. I
Would
don't know,
any
like,
of you like to stream some Overwatch?
I'd be down to
Overwatch?
play some Overwatch.
Yeah, sure.
I think the
I'll try not
podcast
to
is
get
pretty
angry.
much done up, you know.
I think, yeah, we need to change the title or something.
Yeah.
Finish that stream, put that under VODs.
You might want to
Episode 1.
Like,
Thank you all for watching. We actually,
Okay.
no, I'm preemptively doing this now. This is Rory's stream. I don't know why I'm taking charge here.
you might want to, I don't know, like, yeah.
I mean, if you want a night with Baldwin, thank you for
Thank you for
watching.
dealing with this random ass crap.
Absolute mess.
You have experienced pure.
Hey,
It's been
artistic
like
talent.
how.
you got a few followers.
Possibly
Bots. Potentially
Yeah, I
bots.
mean,
Very likely bots, actually. But you got followers.
They wanted to hear me talk about, you know, like one of them said.
Hey, at least one of them was not a bot, and that's Mr. Penguin. Thank you.
Fuck Penguin.
wait,
Yeah.
would anyone like to say anything? Few words.
Mr.
Hey, I'd actually just like to shout him out. He seemed a little confused by my reaction to his name then, because I was laughing very hard. I think it was more the image of a very small penguin being cut by a very large penguin, you know?
Mr. Cock Penguin.
Mr.
Um,
Title, please.
Delightful username. Glad I met you. Glad I got to have some user interaction with you. Sorry, sorry for the stream.
yeah, sorry for the stream. It's been something of. It's gonna go up on YouTube. It's gonna be
That's cute.
episode 1. So if you want to
Be
watch,
sure to subscribe, like, and follow.
Thank you,
please
George.
just don't subscribe, don't follow.
You don't like people, do you?
I do like people, but why would
What
anyone?
kind of people don't you like?
I'm just saying, who would want to watch any of
You're a bit
this?
racist on the inside, aren't you?
Yeah.
Who would watch
Oh, you
this?
like certain people, yeah.
I
yeah.
just-
Certain people.
Ban him.
I like to say hello. My name is
Hello.
Sponge. Is now stalking me.
Oh.
Thank you for the follow.
Hey.
I'm pretty sure you're another bot,
Apple
but
Black.
thank you very much. And on that note, yeah, I will
Goodbye.
see you guys Thursday.
Goodbye.
Yeah, bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.